our session of Trouble in Winterhold, session 2. We got a few more faces at the table. So for those that don't know, we've got Brian that's going to be playing today, and Lance had the day off, so we're going to bring Lance in to help co-DM. So thank you for both of you for showing up, as well as Jolie, Aaron, Q, Kylene, Elliot, and Ronnie.
Hi.
For those of you that may be watching live or whatever, if you can hear well enough, let me know. If not, I'll pull the microphone to me a little bit closer.
So when we left our adventure last week, we just had an epic battle, did we not? And some pretty cool things happened, and some pretty not so cool things happened. But so basically, a recap is upon finishing the Draco Lich raid, the members of Saving Face and other members, Emerald Enclave, went back to Waterdeep, where they stayed at the Troll Skull Tavern. And after a bit of time of debriefing and stuff along that lines, the Emerald Enclave said, hey, we've heard a bit of rumor of some activity, some drow activity that's going on in a place called Winterhold. As a matter of fact, one of the archaeologists from that area is down here doing some investigation. And he's going to be traveling back to Winterhold. We want you to escort him up and make sure they make it up there safely. But once you get up there, to investigate what's going on with what's going on in the area. And so you're introduced to Bjorn Amberclan. And, you know, again, it's just a dwarf archaeologist. He had come all the way down to Winterhold, to Waterdeep, to do some investigation on a previous dynasty and some problems that they had with drow. It seems to be repeating itself. But he's still trying to decipher the information, so he spends a lot of time sitting in a carriage, or I should say a wagon. There's lots of trade goods that are being transported to and from. And so basically what you're doing is you're going from Waterdeep to Winterhold along the long road in Forgotten Realms. And for those that need a bit of a reminder, Waterdeep being here, the long road goes all the way up to Mirabar. The Lurkwood is where Winterhold is kind of located, just north of the Lurkwood. Last session, the party made it to Ampvale, where you were able to, drop some caravan people off, pick up some more caravan people. Then you were headed up to Tribor, and it takes a bit of time. And it was during that time frame when you got about 2/3 of the way to Tribor is when you were attacked by a very ominous group of orcs and ogres. And then it was also noted that there had been some type of creature flying around with a person on its back. And it was later identified as being some type of dragon that had been flying around with a person on their back that seemed to be sort of monitoring everything that had been going on. But they weren't involved, and so off they went. After the attack of the orcs and ogres, we had a period of time basically where we were collecting bodies and talking about, having to inter some of them. Y'all had pretty much had stopped camp at a river crossing. And some of you had some injuries, some more serious than others. So it was during that attack, by the way, that we had about 100 people total in the caravan. Some of the caravan members were attacked, and they did not do so well. Some of them were perished. The total number, including the party members, is now down to about 60. And so what has happened is that some of the goods have been reshuffled. They've done the best they can, but it's obvious that you're going to be leaving people and or goods behind until something else can be done. During the fight, you did not pay much attention to an individual ahead of time, but there was this guy that always seemed to be a dwarf that always seemed to walk around drunk, and he was part of the caravan and stuff along that lines. Well, evidently being drunk was just not all as it appeared to be. Maybe it was a partly more show, because when the orcs and ogres attacked, he made a bit of a name for himself. As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for the fact that he's walking around with this mug in one hand, drinking from it all the time, he's a dwarf, shirtless, right? And basically going off, just showing off. Doesn't really care about the weather. Seems to be drunk all the time, and has a boomerang, of all things. Okay, and I guess if it wasn't for the prowess on the battlefield, also he has a tendency to taking the boomerang and tapping the side of his mug, and it seems to fill it up full of, and he continues drinking. So, again, debriefing from this little attack, and again, you're trying to see if any of the bad guys had anything good, and we did that last week. But also, you find out that this drunk dwarf is actually the brother of Bjorn. Bjorn has no problem telling you that this is my brother. It's just his brother's a little different. And that's sort of how we introduce you to the party, Brian, your character. So, anyway,
What's your character's name again?
Uterash.
Cool. Don't know how to spell that. I'll do my best.
there's a cream for that too.
I was gonna say.
You call me Rash for sure.
So that's where we're at, and so I'm thinking that it's probably going to take at least a day for everybody to not only finish the night, but all the next day, between burying all the bodies, both good and bad, helping to repair anything from the caravan, stuff along that lines. Also, healing those that need to be some serious healage. Okay.
Weren't we all exhausted, if I remember correctly?
Well, so road weary. So you have a level of an exhaustion just as a result of being road weary. And so what you're looking forward to is actually getting back on the road. You're thinking they should be able to make Tribor in 3 more days. And that's where you're really wanting to kind of decompress for, you're looking at, Bjorn is perfectly fine going to a tavern or some type of inn, basically, and spending his time continuing to do his deciphering of what he found in Waterdeep. So, and the merchants need an opportunity to do whatever trading they're going to do. Those that are going to continue on, they may or may not wait that week, but we'll see. We'll see what goes on. So up to this point, is there any questions, comments, anything that needs to be addressed before we?
Do you want us to take a short rest before we get back on the road, or like roll hit die, or?
So I'm going to basically say is you're basically finishing. You're going to finish the rest of that day.
Okay.
And all of the next day and get on the road the following morning.
So kind of equivalent up to
it's a long rest.
a long rest. Okay.
Yeah, as best as you can on the road.
Right.
But yes.
So how do you want us to? I know the exhaustion doesn't go away.
Correct.
Yeah. And my leg is still.
So who here has the ability to have healing abilities? You have some. You have some. You have.
Yes, I was doing tonight, but
Okay. And to be honest with you, there's also a few random stuff here and there. So
What kind of healing do you need?
yeah,
I could go
honky tonk healing. That's what that was. So that being said, we should be able to get you probably within 1 or 2 of your of max health,
Okay.
give or take.
And that's just them two, right? Because they're super exhausted.
That has nothing to do with the exhaustion. That has to do with the damage that's being done. I mean, he took 46 points of damage on one hit alone, and you took quite a bit in the leg. And
I did. My leg is jacked.
So yeah, so your abdomen it's going to take a bit for your abdomen to heal, Elliot. It's also going to take a time for your leg to heal, for your guy as well.
So I'll just
Do what?
I was just talking to myself.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
You going to argue and answer yourself?
Yeah.
Or are you
I
good to
mean,
go?
it happens.
still haven't found that whole notebook with Bob, the Bard, and other
Really?
notes. It's gone. So, all right.
It's probably with Q's character sheet.
Right?
It's got my character sheet in it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he had to use his PC for that one.
yeah, I played a Bard at the Danville Public Library. They have a session once a month for people that want to come in and play, and try to keep my creative juices going as I need to recharge my creative juices in order to be able to give you what I consider to be a top game. So that's what we're going to be shooting for today. All right, so do you remember the damage that you took? You didn't take
I
much.
didn't take hardly.
I think you took a little
I
from
think I took,
dodge. You dodged some stuff, and
based off of what I have kind of see, I think it was like 13.
so it wasn't a whole lot per
It wasn't
se,
a lot.
but there's something definitely wrong with your wings.
Yeah.
Okay. This spotting, it looks like it's just below some of the skins where the feathers are trying to grow back.
It's
They,
not.
well, it should have earlier at this point, but it has not. And then the spotting underneath it seems to be, I don't know, mutating is kind of a bad word, but it's not normal. And so it's causing you some concern, and it's also now affecting it when you move and stretch and stuff along that line. There's an ache that doesn't seem to want to go away, and yet the one minor cleric that you have that's in this caravan that happens to be traveling as well too says that it's not a disease. So if it would be easy, he would be able to to contact his deity and get a spell to be able to maybe cure a disease. But it looks more fungal, and he hasn't really seen it before. This is not. It's kind of strange. So you got athlete's wings, the athlete's foot, or something. I don't know. It's just. I'm trying to be a little, but no, it's causing you some obvious some concern. And as a matter of fact, as you continue moving north, and the weather changes, you definitely notice that when it's like some days it's overcast and a little bit colder than others, it seems to be actually worse as the temperature changes.
As it gets colder?
Yes.
Okay.
Being that you're from Chult, this is new to you.
Yeah.
So you don't necessarily know if this is new biologically, new as a result of weather, or what. But you definitely got a lot of questions.
Yes.
And so maybe you can try to, you thought you got some pretty good answers in Amphail, and you end up getting that, Angel Rose?
Yeah.
Little herb that you were able to use with him for some healing, which was really nice. It did nothing for you. And so maybe there's somebody out there that can, the problem is, it's avian.
Yeah.
And who do you go to that knows more about avians? You almost need to go to a farmer
Yeah.
type. I don't know.
Do I, quick question, do I have any more of that Angel Rose left?
Yes, you have some.
Okay.
So, how many doses will depend on how much it's needed to be used to assist with healing. Got to be honest with you, I cannot remember what I did with it last time. I need to go back and watch that part of it on the podcast, but I think it gave you an assist with the healing. So, all right. So yeah, that being said, that's sort of that. Okay, you got the sentient red candle.
Yes. A sentient? I was like, wait, no, it just turns into a dagger, right? Wait, what?
I'm messing
Don't
with
throw
you.
big words at me.
Just messing with you. But you got the statue.
Yeah.
Okay. He's got the skull. You got the ice cube and stuff along that
I
lines.
got
And
the
so,
skull, I think.
absolutely. And that's good that you reminded me, but it's already assumed as well too.
Okay. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yes, we're
every
still-
day?
Huh?
Every day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Regularly, So, and it returns every major stopping point.
Gotcha.
So if that makes any sense.
Yes, it
Or,
does.
or well, as we go.
Mhm.
Sorry, a little behind the scenes stuff. You are noticing that the warlock has. See, I don't even have my notes of whose names and stuff.
Dorn?
I know, but I'm just saying is I hate it when I. Yeah, I'm kind of disjointed. But Dorn has always been kind of standoffish. So while he's part of the party, but he doesn't necessarily. He doesn't really give a shit. But something now seems. You seem to think that he is. He has a question on his mind. I don't know what it is, but it seems to be directed towards you. If that makes sense. Something happened after the battle or during the battle that has now caused him to give you a little bit more extra attention. So he's not in it. He looks very confused as to what the question is, or what to do with it, or whatever. So, just saying. But he seems to be. So you turn around and look, and it's almost like not like a puppy dog, but it's just like, no, he's looking at me again. So, and it's not all the time. It's just, but it's sometimes you lock eyes, and he's got a look on his face, and you can't describe it, but he doesn't seem to know what's going on either. So, kind of an interesting little thing that's going on. So, again, your torso is going to take a while.
Hurts. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's yeah, you know, and then of course your legs. So, anything else we got? Okay.
I would like to request that someone. I'm going to assist this one.
Mhm.
No, does anybody have any spare place on any wagon that we may? I'm not going to get very far on my leg. I'm going to hold the group back, and he basically had to put his insides back in. So, is there any place on any wagon that we could just maybe summer ride for a little while?
You can hold my spot.
So yes and no.
Yes and no.
Well, think about this. Some horses have been killed.
Mm-hmm.
Some wagons have been destroyed. Some people have been killed.
Mm-hmm.
So there may be a spot, but you may actually have to work on the wagon, such as maybe helping steer or
Oh, he's
whatever.
totally willing to do that.
So the idea is to get it where you're not necessarily exerting yourself
Yeah.
near as much. That is absolutely doable.
Mhm.
If both of you want to do that.
I will actually. I can throw up. Not throw up, but I can throw out some gold to whomever as well.
So I think it's doable. Most people are, again, they're trying to shift who's alive, whose goods are still
Sure.
available, who needs what, and everybody's trying to make it work. Not everybody will continue on this trek. Some people will stay with the goods and wait for other means. So 3 days later, you get to Tribor. Tribor is a major hub for draft horses and ponies and stuff along that lines. Farms from all over the area have a tendency of converging to Tribor, and so it's a big deal. So having other, once you get up there and you're able to send a message, or maybe somebody on a horse can go up there and send it quicker, then they'll come back. So I think it's doable.
Okay.
If that's what you're, and not necessarily, but if you're willing to work.
Well, yeah.
Okay. So that also means that, earning your keep also means.
No qualms against earning my keep.
Well, it's not just, but it's also tending the animals in the evening.
Is whatever I can do
So.
as long as the leg holds up. I'll do
Okay.
it.
Sounds good. Your brother is still in his carriage. Well, it's not a carriage. It's another wagon, just like anything else. He's trying to get some studying done. It's difficult, but so the dwarven runes that were used in this manuscript that he was able to find are very old, and so the language has changed over a period of time. He's having some struggles trying to interpret what all this stuff means. Also, references that they make to that time and day don't necessarily make any sense now. So the dwarven stronghold that they're talking about actually is where Waterdeep exists now. So he went down there to find out about the queen that actually ran it. And so he's trying to make heads or tails of it. So, and you're off doing your own thing. Anybody else before we?
So don't bleed on his stuff and don't make him complaining noise.
Well, the cool thing is that they have enough healing where there's no bleeding, no bleeding really going on. Everything is just real tender. And it just takes a while for the exhaustion. You just need to get to a place where you can get some good solid rest, some good solid, not camp food, but good solid food. And y'all are trying to hurry, so you know the camping that you're when you camp for the evening. There's ways of camping where you can like stop earlier in the day and make this big production meal, and there's times where you just stop quick enough and you get some food and you lay on the ground, you get a couple hours of sleep, sun comes up, boom, you're back on the road again. And that's why I say, you know, it's the exhaustion that comes from being on the road. It's tough. It's tough. So, be a lot easier if you could just fly, you know, and go along that lines. You know, of course, that presents its own issues as well. So, can anybody think of anything they'd like to do when they get to Tribor other than?
I'm for that.
Me and my new dwarf friend is about to go grab a flagon.
Yes. I would probably hit the tavern as well after getting.
I am
my leg
so
tended
glad
to.
we don't want to drink.
I want to punch the tavern. No, I want to drink. He would want to drink as well, but after getting his leg tended to, I would like to get my leg tended to.
Yeah. So there is quite a few places that you can go to in Tribor, that nice little inns that you can go to that will provide food, drink, lodging, and stuff along that lines. There's also merchants and everything else. So we can go into as much detail or not as you want to about this. And so I'm just basically gearing up as we're going into Tribor. So I kind of figure I know what you're doing.
Yeah. I'm gonna be probably looking around, see if there is being like somebody local maybe that has seen this before, maybe not specifically in an avian, but it would be nice if there is somebody that kind of specializes in that field.
Okay. Definitely.
Yeah.
You will probably find more than one person who does some type of veterinary medicine, and I'm being,
well,
you're a humanoid, but
yeah.
what I'm saying is that they're more evolved into equine, but there is some crossover between you and other avians as well too.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely, that's why I said I think I know.
That's work. I mean.
Well, I mean, you never know. Every place you go to, each place that you go may grow different types of herbs, or
Right.
have different kind of home remedies,
Right.
or may have seen or heard something or something along that lines. And so it always behooves people to
Right.
check it out and go along that line. So, okay.
Also, I'd like to know: is everybody staying in the basically the same tavern, or I mean the same inn, or? I mean,
So, okay, the people that are involved with the caravans,
Uh-huh.
there is the northern corral and there's the southern corral. Actually, there's also one that goes to the east. So Tribor is basically a junction point that allows
either way.
different stuff. But there is actually a place that's got its own well, place to put the caravan wagons and the horses and the fodder and everything else for them, both north, south, and to the west of the town. So the majority of the people, caravan-wise, they don't have the type of money to.
I mean, us, yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I'm just prefacing
Oh,
by
yeah,
saying the
absolutely.
majority of
Sorry.
them are going to be staying, the cheap route, and what the rest of the party does, that's completely up to y'all. But there is definitely options available to you if you have a idea of what you'd like to do.
I'll head to the first tavern.
The first tavern,
The
okay.
very first tavern you see doesn't matter.
No
Right?
matter what it is.
All right.
No, but all,
There's
that's
a bed.
fine.
There is a mattress.
There's.
I definitely am going to try and find the nicest place I can stay.
Okay, that's interesting to know. All right, so It looks like the answer is no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Tribor has got about 3,000-ish type people, but the majority of them don't live in town. So what you have is the conjunction of 4 roads that meet up in a huge town square. Okay, and then the town square is, lots of merchant stuff going on. Again, it's a major area stopping point for caravans, and of course lots of cattle, both in terms of eating livestock as well as draft horse pony type deals. Lots of people coming in with their stock to sell. Other people, taking stuff out. Inside the square of Tribor is a 2-story stone tower. Oh, you have a question?
I'm not wanting to walk, because since I'm walking now, because I gave up my place on the way, I'm not getting down right in the middle of the road. I'm trying to stay off to the sides and
I understand.
people walk, because I want to be around any of the horses or anything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there is, for those that pay attention, he does seem to have a bit of problem with the equine creatures.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay, I get it
Send
now.
him flying.
Good
Huh?
to know.
Horse is just gonna buck back, like kick him and just.
Or not, but he just prefers not to be in their general vicinity. So, anyway, that being said, this tower is kind of interesting because you look at it and it's like, well, is something wrong with me, or is that tower leaning? It is actually, it's a leaning tower. It leans over a little bit, but that is where the mayor basically lives, in his little stone area. So, and then of course there is all different types of merchants. So anything you can think of. Wainwrights that fix wagons, and then you've got forges, and then you've got different mercantile places, stuff along that lines, and of course quite a variety of different taverns. There is the Tribor Arms Tavern. But you said you want the nicest place. So, the nicest place, and of course you go into town and you ask a commoner, hey, where's the nicest place to stay? And they go, oh, you want to go to the Boar's Rest. And basically it's you point outside of town a little bit on this hill, and there's this mansion up there. So that's where you want to go.
What about in town?
Oh, I got you. Okay, so yeah, there is quite a bit of different places, but the one that you're probably going to want to go to, if those that are interested, is the North Shield House, and go talk to Urgula, and she's a good proprietor. She'll take care of you. Don't mess with her dogs. She got dogs, great big dogs. Okay. But they don't sleep in the rooms. They stay in the common area. Don't start no trouble. There won't be no trouble. But all the rooms, the individual rooms or whatever, are upstairs. So, if that interests you, there's also some places that no, I'm not staying there.
What was the last one called? I'm so sorry.
North Shield.
North Shield.
North Shield House, yes. Talking about Urgula? If we want to sort of fast forward and maybe put you there, Urgula is an interesting person, a retired adventurer. Kind of decided to stay here, even though that wasn't really her original intent, when her wife ended up missing, went into the Underdark. So there's a little bit of a thing there. Went to the Underdark to do some adventuring, and the wife never came back. Yes, I said it right, her wife. And various commoners that employ. So she had about 6 people that she works with, and 3 mastiffs that are friendly, but very large and very loyal to her as well. So. I'm almost ready to sing Lionel Richie.
I was wondering if anybody else heard that. I'm coming from there. Yeah, I was like sitting here I was feeling it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lionel Richie in the back.
Oh. So good.
So for those of you that want, let's just say you're taverned up, you have an inn, you have a place to stay for the night, a place to bathe and clean wounds and stuff along that lines. There are healers available to come in if you need more specialized healing. I would assume that probably would interest you to a degree, given the fact that the cleric that's sort of been traveling with the party, there's only limits that he can do. But to be honest with you, the person that's in town doesn't seem to be much more skilled. I mean, so they do have some skill at healing, but they're.
I think I'm looking for less of like godly type of healing and more herbal or traditional.
Okay, yeah.
You tried a druid?
That might be a good idea.
Druids specialize more in nature.
I can look around for that.
Okay. So,
That would interest me. Sorry.
that would interest you as well too?
Well, not the druid, but the
Specialized
yeah,
healing.
special healers.
Special other than just regular clerical magical healing? You're looking at just what are you looking for?
The second guy, that was not our cleric.
Yeah, that's not our cleric, but
So the cleric from town,
yeah,
who seems to be a little bit more skilled than the guy that's been traveling with you.
I would like to. Yeah.
You can basically say that the guy traveling with you is a first level cleric and he's limited in what he can do. The other guy might be a third level cleric, okay?
Got tummy issues.
I got belly issues that I want fixed. As best as
IBS.
possible.
Take a look at my leg.
It's a very specific kind of IBS.
Just don't take milk of amnesia.
No.
Amnesia.
Yes, because you don't want to forget and accidentally make a. Anyway, so Marivold Pony Park.
Okay.
What a name.
Okay.
I like it.
All right.
You said Miraval?
Merivold.
VO.
VOLD.
Oh, thank you. Pony Park.
So there's Jana and Lyra. They're a set of sisters from Luskin that have in their employ a druid that sort of keeps up with their equine stock. That may interest you.
Yeah.
Okay. And they are north of town, basically. So just look for the white picket fence. And there'll be a barn behind there, and you go from there, and you can just hook up with Lyra and Jana.
Lyra
Okay?
and Jana.
And they'll put you in the right direction.
Where are they from?
Luskin.
Oh.
Actually, there's quite a few people in this area from Luskin. A lot of people that are from Luskin like to admit that they're from Luskin.
Oh, like New Yorkers.
They did not necessarily want to stay there.
Yeah.
Luskin is a very rough town, and a lot of people that have the opportunity that make a little bit of a living have a tendency of going somewhere else. And so, actually, in this town, you will see quite a few people that you recognize as being more Luskin.
Okay.
And that's
Just
the
wondering.
yeah. No, that's a good observation. So, and that is the proper terminology. It's called Iluskin. Okay. Yeah, from Luskin. And for those of you that do not know, this is the Sword Coast of the Forgotten Realms in Fair Run, and from Waterdeep, we've got Baldur's Gate down here, but this whole thing is the Sword Coast. Luskin is way up here at the top. So if you were to follow the coast road, or called the high road, you would have left Waterdeep and you would have gone up this way through Neverwinter and you would have ended up in Luskin. And Luskin is the last sort of outpost before you get to the spine of the world. Okay. Luckily, there's the Blackford Road that goes from Luskin over to Mirabar. You're headed to Mirabar, but you're skirting interior versus on the exterior of the waterways there. So, but yeah, actually quite a few people from Luskin that are in the area.
I'm out. I'm gonna throw the hood up.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, just to.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood. So,
Maybe a little more hood.
Yeah, there'll be a little more hood.
okay, so are we good with, I know this is kind of,
No, yeah.
belaboring this a little bit, but we want to do a little bit of, so how about we go with you? So the healer parts, okay, so we're all good, except we're going to be able to take away at least one level of,
One level? Okay.
depending on how long we stay here.
Right.
So if you decide that you want to, we'll go ahead and take off both levels of exhaustion.
That is entirely up to the rest of the group as well, because
So
it depends on how long they want to stay here. I mean,
3 days is a pretty good little bit. There was that bit of a delay already, and
Yeah.
so some people are anxious to get on the road. But 3 days should get enough, and it'd be enough to actually get y'all back to where you're not near as bad as off as before. A couple of good days of rest. You're still going to be a little tender, and that's how it's going to be. But you shouldn't see any ill effects. You should lose both.
both. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, you'll lose both. Those of you that had one level of exhaustion will be good to go. And of course, we'll start the tally again when we get back on the road. That's just how that goes.
I could put like a little bed stand. So.
It'd be nice, but you know what's even worse? Riding on a cart. To be
Yeah.
honest with you, you're hitting every bump, and it's just not like riding an automobile that has a
One
lot
day
of
you go
shocks
to
and
a
stuff.
chiropractor afterwards and
Yeah.
fix
So
it
are
up
we
and
getting the carts and all
Chiropractor.
repaired too, the wagons?
Absolutely.
Love
So.
chiropractor.
What happened to you?
There's so yes, there was somebody that rode up and said, hey, we need some more horses. They brought some stuff back. So and some empty carts that came back and picked up some of the stuff. So, but there's some people that are that were part of your party that are not going any farther.
They're just
So
staying at Tribor.
yeah, so they do the Tribor, or they do the Anfield to Tribor run, or they do the Waterdeep to Tribor run, and then they go back. But there's another group that's already waiting to go, waiting for the caravan to show up so
Sure.
they can get on the road, and then there's others that are continuing as well too. So you're probably going to end up keeping the number. Actually, you'll increase it probably to about 75,
75?
including the party members that will leave whenever y'all leave from Tribor that you'll leave with, and you'll be good. You'll have your spare ponies and spare pack horses and this, that, and the other. But people are going to be doing what people do. So, so healing wise, we're good.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Is there anything else anybody want to do before I do a little side with her
no, go.
on?
Yeah. Well, I was just if we want to do a little shopping, but I'll save that.
I'm good with that. So I've got to. I mean, I can just show
If
you.
you want, if you want to do side first, we'll do that. Do that later.
Well, how about I just, I can show you what they have in the area.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
then you can go from
You know,
there.
you probably already know what I'm looking for, though.
Maybe I don't recall right at this very second.
Okay.
So
Never mind. I'll tell you in a minute once we figure out what we got. Okay, shopping list.
So anything that's mundane, you should be able to get a hold of.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I say mundane. If you're going for the more exotic weapons, you definitely would need to go to the other places that specialize in that. If you are looking for more specialized items,
Yeah.
potions and stuff along that lines, I can just basically drop a list in your lap and you can take a look. Okay.
Any of that stuff?
I'm sorry?
Well-
Potions, poisons, any of that stuff?
I was just
There's a
gonna
lot of
address the
people that
group.
don't want to necessarily do poisons, but as you get closer to some of those more crazy areas, a lot of people don't want to mess with them because they're afraid to use it. They'll accidentally get it on themselves. So I can.
Reluctantly, I'm going to address the group and say I'm going shopping. Going to look at different. We'll go to the different shops and see what I can find. Does anybody want to go along?
Sure. I like the tribal.
Okay.
I'll go along with that.
So you can take a page and
Okay.
give somebody else a page, and so basically the merchants will tell you that if not everything is in stock right here right now, there's ways of getting it to you.
Okay.
Okay. and because this is a major stopping point, prices may be a little
different.
Yeah, so we'll go from there. Okay, so
How are my nubs, by the way? Do I need to get my armor checked again?
so yeah, you definitely can tell that they're probably going to be. Well, actually, you talked to.
ZC.
That's right. And she's like, "Hey, I know what those are. Those are gonna be wings." Okay, so yes, you are definitely growing wings, and so they're. It's a slower process, but they. We don't know exactly how long it's. We don't know what they're going to be like, so you don't know how long this is going to take for the process to be.
Pretty good guy.
At some point in time, you may. I forget what kind of armor you have.
And then I forgot.
I think we're working. What was it?
At some point in time, I'm envisioning like a half plate, like a breastplate, with the back more.
Exposed?
Well, I mean,
A little bit open.
yeah. Until you find out what's
that's
going
something
on.
You could work on?
Yeah, I can definitely tinker with it.
Okay,
Since
so-
I imagine we're gonna be here for a couple of days, I can tinker with
I
it.
figured like while
think
we're
I
in
gave
town, I
you-
could grab some parts that you probably need because
That would be appreciated.
Sure.
And I think I did give you my armor too,
Did he?
because my armor from the.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
He's got
yeah.
cleaved
Yeah.
open.
So whatever you're a tinkerer. You're not necessarily. You don't have the full
not a
access to.
blacksmith.
It's not a blacksmith. So you were able to do some minor repairs where if he
Yeah.
felt comfortable. Again, he wanted some protection for it. He was able to repair it enough to get him to put it. He can put it back on. But you really need to drop that off to a blacksmith and get him to do a bit more of a repair. And yes, there is a set of brothers, as a matter of fact.
You rip your shirt off and
I will say though, with my magic item, I think that does include
Can you
smithy
look
tools.
for
Like,
me just like
is that
with those
blacksmith
folding
tools?
camping guns?
So yeah, so it gives you some not you need more than just that.
Yeah.
You need a forge.
Yeah.
You need you need to heat this metal up.
pretty
You
much
need
the-
bellows and you need so there's things that you could do like you take your pliers and pull things back out and you make it beat it with a hammer and try to get it to
Yeah.
where
You may want to look at some of this.
the incision that was basically made is not going to be pushing on the tender
Right.
skin underneath.
But I don't have everything I would need.
Correct. You got enough to keep it by reasonably. But
I can adjust his armor.
absolutely, adjust his armor, and anybody else's. I mean, that's a regular thing. That's an ongoing thing. And so having you around, it's actually one of the reasons why they asked you to go to the regular trade.
Okay.
But yeah, you're going to want to go to Fohammer's Forge and talk to the brothers that run that thing, and they'll be able to help you out.
it's taking a while.
The whip.
Okay. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. Totally
I just
spaced on
want
that one.
no, just a mundane whip to practice with because I'm not.
Yeah.
I want to get.
Got excited.
Okay.
Good.
So guess what? You're in a
Yes.
town that that's kind of specializes in whips and stuff along that lines in order to move stuff around. So getting a
I
hold
want
of
the nicest mundane whip I can find.
Okay.
That and just so I can practice and become proficient with it, basically.
So you want to go to Matron's Malice under Pleasure Dome?
No, I do
And,
not want to go there. I want a bullwhip, like a Indiana Jones whip, not a weird whip.
Not a weird whip.
I mean, there's no difference really.
Whoa!
It just depends on how it's used.
You need to calm down over there, sir.
I mean, I'm eating mozzarella
You
sticks.
you just take your nubs and go nub it somewhere else.
Hey man, somebody's gonna deal with these here nubs.
What the heck?
Nope. Nope.
Also, I'll resolve that later.
So when you go and see Jira and her sister, I believe that was it.
Lena and Jana.
That. Sorry, I'm really kind of space cadet today. They said, yeah, we will try to find Sela. That's her name.
Scylla.
Sela. Mm-hmm. And try to get her to come in and take a look. And they're like, some of this sort of seems to ring a bell for me. I think she might have a better idea of what this was. But
But has she seen it before?
they haven't seen it before, but they're like this. It does seem to be a bit of bacteria-y or fungal-y or something along that lines. And so have you talked to a priest about getting, to cure disease or something along that lines?
I've talked to clerics and nothing works.
Okay, so that's their idea, but they're going to try to get a hold of Sela and have her come find you, and you're going to be at the North Shield house, I guess, staying, right? Is that where you're?
North Shield. That was the which one?
That was a good one.
That was I'll go to North
Okay,
Shield.
the one with the dogs.
The one with the doggies.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they're going to try to find her because she doesn't really come to town much, and so but so they will see what we can do about all that. So yes, you find a whip. And did you find was it listed in there? Find a price?
I did not. That's magic items. You gave us a list of magical.
Okay, so it's any of the mundane.
Yeah, any of the
that's
mundane,
just,
yeah.
That's a list of just different stuff that happens to be.
I actually
out and
wanted
about.
3 potions of healing out of there,
That might be a good idea.
and then the whip.
Okay.
So
Whip.
I don't know what that came to.
Whip
Gold
is
price.
good. Well, how much were the?
50 a piece for the.
And that's fairly standard for a, so yeah, unless you really want to try to negotiate, in which case it'll be
I would
75 a
actually
piece.
like to see if they would give me a discount for for buying 3 of them at a time, or if there's like a rack, like a case that I can buy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the multiple purchase
Yeah.
one is
Not
it's
about the
50 gold a
same
piece.
one.
50 gold a piece.
Yeah, that's,
So even buying more than how many comes in that rack?
Although we do.
How many comes in that rack?
usually 2.
2. Aha! How many comes in the multiple of the healing potions, sir,
What?
ma'am, whatever? Who am I dealing with?
Whoever you want to. So, I was trying to be a little sarcastic. So the price is 50.
50.
Water.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like.
Oh, just for you! Since you're
Yeah.
buying multiples, it's 50 gold a piece.
I was just gonna say, if there's any way I could talk my way into a bit of a discount.
So I'm thinking 10 gold for a whip.
Okay. 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because it just, you said you want a nice one.
Yeah, nice.
But
I want a good one. That's
So
gonna last me a
the
while.
negotiations you're able to come up with is 160 for 3 potions and a whip.
Okay, that's very fair. Do you
What
take
kind of
gems?
Are you doing uncommon potions of healing or common?
Well, I'll send you over to a guy that maybe can appraise them for us.
Okay, that's fine.
we'll
I'll
go from
go
there.
ahead and pay the 160 now, and if you could tell me the name of the guy that can appraise these and turn them into gold, that would be fine.
Turn them into gold.
I mean, buy them from me. Do the exchange rate.
You're able to do that. So
Okay,
If you
so-
want
Definitely come with you to figure out the exchange rate for them.
Mainly just because walking around money.
to. Yep.
So,
Yep. Yep.
So 162. So it'd be I don't know math.
So, is the gems just 1 for 1 for gold?
We can make it however we want to. The idea is it's for it to be a form of currency that you can use as your gold. So it's like, hey, I'm thinking this gem is 50 gold worth. How about we do that as an exchange or something along that line. So
Okay, so
the apothecary that you went to was not overly interested in some of your gems, but
yeah.
others.
Well, I had
might be.
enough gold to pay for it, so yeah. So I'd like to change 100 of my gems, 100 gold pieces worth of my gems into 100 gold.
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Because we need to get some of those.
Anybody else? Anything else?
I want to get a few potions of healing. 1 potion of water breathing. So I want to do 3 potions of healing and 1 water breathing.
Okay.
I can't breathe water quite yet.
Okay.
I don't think any of us can. So
Really?
now I'm a little bit. Uh-oh.
A little nervous.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Swade. It's always good to be able to
Yeah,
breathe
we
water.
definitely went
Just in
underwater one
case.
time.
Yeah, that one time he actually gave us a potion of water breathing at that time, but he hasn't given us one, so it's good to be prepared.
I just want a flagon.
Yeah, flagon of water breathing, flagon potions.
Would it be possible to find, maybe some specialized errors?
Possible? Absolutely. Probable?
Well, is it probable then?
Are they on the list?
I don't know, I haven't looked into this.
Yeah,
Look, there's weapons in there as well too. So
yeah, I did see that, and rings too.
okay.
Shiny, shiny.
I also saw something in there. It was the robe of useful items.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
It was 400 gold, so I'll probably just exchange 400 gold worth of gems out and then go buy it.
Okay.
Unless the prices be different because where we are.
So the prices kind of reflect, they're actually a little elevated compared to, so that's why I pulled that out, because they are a little bit
Gotcha.
elevated. So, but no, you find a discerning merchant that's willing to, so they got some rings and they got this, that, and the other, and it's like, okay, so if you want to buy a robe, you're welcome to it, and he's willing to take your money.
Gotcha. So I'm able to get the robe of useful items.
I'm sorry?
It's the robe of useful items.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so, excuse me.
All right, so back to you. So you get approached by an interesting female elf, dwarf, who,
Elf dwarf?
druid, sorry. Listen, no. No, just.
Yep.
So an elf druid, and she approaches you and says, "Hello, my name is Salah, and I've heard that you were looking for some. I'm not exactly sure what."
Well, I've got this, and I just kind of unfurl this one wing where the kind of some of the exposed of the wing with the ingrown moss, fungal something, the spotting.
Yeah, right.
Like you being a druid and this, I'm assuming being fungal. I was wondering if you could do something with this.
So she's like, "Wow, this is very unique. I don't think I've seen this before. I have heard of things in the past where different fungus or different parasites or different animals of different types get different things that happen to them.
Right.
But this is not one I'm really overly familiar with. It does look fungal, but I'm not exactly sure. Let me do a little bit of research. And how long are you in town for?
2 or 3 days.
And where you're headed to?
Winterhold.
Oh, but you're following the long road?
Yeah.
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 Tell you what I'll do. Let me do a little bit of research, and I will send a message to Long Saddle,
Okay.
which should be your next big town, to some of my friends that are up there called the Harpels.
Harpels?
The Harpels. Yeah.
Not Harpers.
Harpels.
Harpels.
Kind of a unique family.
Yeah.
They tinker with magic and other things, but when it comes to communicating, they're good. So seek them out when you get to Long Saddle, and they'll have the information that I'm able to come up with. If anything, I don't know. And they also should have access to some things as well too. So if I can find a possible remedy or something along that lines, I will either send the information or see if I can't actually send the actual thing itself.
Well, I appreciate your insight. I really do.
Yeah, so I wondered if humidity has something to play with this. You say you're from Chult, right?
Yeah. Assuming I introduced myself.
Yeah. Well,
This does
Okay.
not happen down there. It's been getting worse the further I get to the cold, and you wouldn't think fungus.
interesting. So, but it is it's very humid in Chult, correct?
Yeah. It's warm.
So it's not going to be humidity based.
Mm-mm.
Again, this is a bit of a puzzle. Actually, I would like to know more about. Maybe I can send inquiries to the Star Mount.
The Star Mount.
So the Star Mount has a small tribe of Aarakocra that live there, and maybe they have a little bit of insight on this. But
Yeah.
To
Where I'm from in Chult, I've never heard of this.
and so all I can do is try to send information on. I can use the Harpels as my point of contact, and maybe they can, when you get there and so you're going to Winterhold, and that's a place I haven't really heard much of, but we'll see what information we can get sent to you along the way.
Awesome. I appreciate it. I really do.
She apologizes that she
there's not much, but they're limited.
Yeah.
You know, she goes, I normally deal with the four-legged, you know, the
well.
equine and the bovine here, and
Well,
you know,
2 legs, 2 wings. I mean, a little different.
it is a little different. She goes, but it's not something that's my specialty. And,
Right.
maybe the head of my order might have some information, but it's going to take some while to gather some information. So we'll try to push that along.
All right, purples.
Yep.
Got that.
And it's just as it spells, just as it sounds.
Yep.
Harpell. All right, guys, are we good? Ready to leave?
I'm getting a weapon. I'm just trying to figure out which one it is. Sorry. I've been trying to do it as fast as I can.
Okay. So we don't necessarily have to. We can say it was taken care of as we
Okay.
move along.
Yeah, I'm really good.
Okay.
I've got what I'm looking for. Or know what I'm looking for.
Okay, so that being said, the caravan sort of announces that they're planning on moving on. Yeah, you spent a good 3 days in Tribor. Nice rest, relaxation, but the road is not finished yet. You must complete the journey to begin the journey, actually. So, so everybody gets back on the road again, and it's that grind. You know, some days it's raining, and some days it's nice and warm. And does anybody want the list, just to look at it or whatever? I think Brian. I think Brian wanted to look at it. So the biggest section that you did was this Amphil to Tribor. Okay. You have about maybe a little less than 3 weeks to get from Tribor to Long Saddle. Enough time to get some good information, maybe, or something along that lines. So, right at just as you hit the 2-week mark, you come upon an area that is starting to get a bit more hilly as you're getting out of Tribor. I meant to. One of the minor things that popped up was we haven't done any dialogue in here really here, but some of you were approached in town by a person who hires himself as a guide. They too have an Emerald Enclave pin, by the way. They introduce themselves, and of course they ask if you needed a guide, and everybody's like, well, we pretty much got everything going on. But the warning was, be careful. There's been problems with hill giants and some of their ilk in the area. But lately there hasn't been much of anything. But keep that in mind. So with that being said, you do come upon what looks to be a bit more of an hilly area, indicated by the black markings that I did here. Of course, green are trees and or bushes, and this is an elevated area where the blue stuff is. That whole thing is, so it's not like a hill that goes up. It's actually like a little bit of a cliff that you can sort of see from. So you can get over here and you can get access going up this way or that way or possibly on the opposite side. But the caravan is coming through this area, yeah. And it kind of narrows a little bit, but it's still very reasonable and stuff along that lines. When it is noticed that the horses all of a sudden start acting up a little bit, somebody yells, "Wolf!" And about that time, a boulder flies out from the top, one of the top part of the areas,
Awesome.
and lands very close to a horse and carriage. And so what we end up seeing is, actually put this somewhere between the two blue on this one, okay?
Right there, right?
Two unarmed giants, and I say unarmed, they're hill giants. I don't necessarily have a good representation of hill giants in my selection. I thought I did. But two hill giants, and they're just got a rock in either hand, and they're just chunking them up from up in the area. But the wolf cry that you get is a little bit more, a little different. As you are coming up into the rocks, it's sort of slowing down. You get coming out of the tree line on this side over here. Boy, you just know how to do it.
What do you want?
Sure. You also get what?
Still not stuff.
On
What?
the opposite side from them.
Please.
Move us, yeah.
Yeah, move them over.
Yeah, we haven't put you in any kind of marching order, but I just sort of want to. So somebody says wolf. Okay. No. Back.
No.
Back.
Back.
Yep. More.
More.
Yep, yeah, there you go. That sounds good.
And then put the two smaller.
Wherever you want them over there in the general vicinities. Okay. So wolf, and then that's when we start hearing a bit more of activity. For those that want to roll a knowledge nature check, well, I'll allow it at this time, and I'll give you a little bit of insight on what you got going on. Good or bad for the new
22.
guys? Nice.
7.
16.
16. Oh, 16. How about that? Anybody else? Okay, very good.
That's the ranger.
So, so at least we have
The warlock's like, oh,
we
those
have
are-
some successes, and I would assume that the different people in the caravan have dealt with some of this over a period of time. So what we end up having is hill giants have been known to have dire wolves as their companions. That's just what they do. They like to train them, as a matter of fact. So what you end up having is 2 hill giants up on the overhangs there, who are perfectly content just throwing rocks and stuff at you.
Bet they are.
If the hill giants are pretty tough, just to give you a heads up, they do have clubs that are available, but they seem to be content with just throwing. They actually are better at rock throwing than they are at some of the other stuff. So, the wolves, we have 2 types of wolves here. Obviously, some larger than others. Ye old regular wolf, okay, and then you have a couple of dire wolves. So, from what you can get that you can pass on to the different teammates is wolves like to use pack tactics. So they like to stick together. So the idea is that, they flank and give each other advantage and stuff along that line. So that's one of the tactics they like to use. All right? But there's also bashing of trees and such, and something much larger kind of buried in some of the tree line is also around, but we don't know exactly what it is yet. So, all right, so let's put
Marching
you
order?
put you on the map in a good setup, and
Alright, so I'm gonna start with ZC.
Put me right about, right
Right
there.
there?
Yeah.
Okay. And our ranger friend.
He's hiding.
What do you want?
I don't hide very well. I want to be in the back.
Then we have a
Back here?
Yeah.
we'll keep forgetting y'all are rested up, so you're not necessarily on the cart anymore.
I trust you, don't you?
Meet you.
Alright, this is
Close to whatever existing shadow or the back.
So there are
well, the tree line is the only existing shadow.
And that's where the
And that's where they're coming from.
Then the back.
The back? Okay. And then we've
Behind
got
whoever's the biggest.
That's me.
okay, and you have a
well, the hill giants are
there's
big.
a-
You
there's
want to
a
get behind the hill
water-
giants?
That's
a what?
It's a platypus.
Platypus, okay.
Yeah.
Where do you want to be with your platypus?
Probably right about up front.
Right there?
Yeah.
In front of, okay. And I'll put your
Parry the
platypus right there. Parry.
Well, you literally have a platypus.
And then
Yeah.
where do we want our drunken
Yeah, it's
master?
familiar. I can cast spells.
Sorry.
It's a dire platypus.
Is it
Huh?
a dire
In the back?
About right over there.
Do that
I
right here?
so want to have one
Okay.
of
No,
those.
like
That'll
any
be
spell that's touch, I can cast through him.
Oh, really?
And I can see through his eyes. I can control him.
Yeah, like is it familiar?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
The
familiar
bad
spell.
part is that he also likes to lick himself a lot. So a lot of times when he looks through there, he's like, "Oh, will you stop?" It's like,
Where's it get
Oh.
"Oh, geez."
Terry.
Share and share alike.
What's
So
your one person's name?
It's Perry now.
It's Perry.
I'm sorry, I don't make judgments like calls like that. But
Nobody
now
wants
it's
I
just
was trying to figure
Perry's
out like a
old
medieval
school,
way of
because they
saying
don't know.
Perry.
Perryville.
Okay, so how about
Terrible.
Terrible.
What's the initial?
Percival.
Percival the platypus.
Percival the platypus.
What's my cat's name?
Sorry.
You roll for
Initiative as well.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Initiative.
And, you don't know what the bonus is on.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take it.
I'm not using Thomas's dice.
So whatever you're rolling is gonna be the same.
I rolled this.
I got a natural 20 the first time.
I got a 2 this time.
I got a 17 plus 3, so.
I've got a 5
So
total.
We're good. All right.
I'm not even upset about it.
All right. So they
You
got.
might want to talk to
Are
him.
they single throw or dual?
Oh, you're talking about me? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you want to borrow it.
Wait,
I want to see where
when you're done.
All
It
right.
was sitting in the back of my car when I grabbed my
multi-attack
bag
is
with books in it. And I was like, oh,
Correct.
I can bring these in.
Correct.
Also
I
have a,
inevitably
just a
cast
round,
fire.
like a clear round thing that I can use to.
And then mine's got
They're
like
not
the
gonna
cones
be-
and stuff in it
They're
too.
not throwers.
Like the one line of like electricity.
Oh, nice.
So let's start with the. Oh, sorry. You had a question.
I already have my fancy pair of gloves from you. If I wanted to get a different pair of fancy gloves, could I wear one and one and get half of the benefit?
Well, that'd be an interesting question for a magic user of some type that maybe could explain how magic works.
Okay. Oh.
So the answer to your question is you don't know what happened.
Okay.
So you need to find somebody of a bit more expertise. Now, I am that person that you'll be asking, but
Yeah.
but you're not asking a person in game. You're asking me as the DM. And
Oh,
giving you a DM answer is that yes, you should be able to find somebody at some point in time that will answer that question. But as of right now, you don't know.
I would have asked it in town.
That's usually not how that works. When a magic item is created, it's created as a
Oh,
whole.
okay.
Yeah. Or it would just be, see, you're just got the Michael Jackson thing going on. You got one glove that does that,
Okay.
and then you can, you know.
I did purchase something else though too.
Okay.
Okay. A cloak of
Let's see, you
displacement.
wear the gloves on your feet.
Cloak of displacement.
Okay. That nice. Okay. So initiative level. Are anybody at 20 plus?
20.
Okay. Very good.
Jesus.
Go ahead.
It's
You're
nice to roll numbers with 20-sided die.
It must be nice to hit double digits.
Voice is not good
Yeah.
roll on it.
Okay. So after 20 comes 19, 18. Okay.
I'll take a nap.
We
Wait for
feel
my
about
turn.
10 lower than that.
Oh, honey.
Excuse me.
Bless your heart.
Oh, I just realized it has actual like, spells on it. The spell code is written.
17, 16, 15.
Okay, go. Thank you.
Teen.
14, 13, 12.
Yeah.
We've got like one person every like 3 numbers. So far, that's okay.
11,
Oh, my
10,
third. I rolled a 12.
9, 8.
Hey!
Yay. We're
There's the
still
fighter
only at
with you.
half the party.
So
Who's
it
gonna be
leaves. What'd you get?
4.
5.
7.
Oh, fuck.
And we're saving the good word.
Don't make me jail you already.
Goodness.
Curse.
I've not rolled above, I've not rolled above a 10 with my new fancy dice.
Just to let you know, you're not the one that rolled the worst. So anyway,
Yeah,
there's,
yeah.
you had 7, 5, and
I wrote a 1.
Well, I rolled a
That was
2.
my one.
okay.
But
so
I've
you-
got 5
okay,
total.
fine,
Yeah.
okay. So Ronnie
Roll anything good, please?
and then Brian.
Here's
That's-
5. And then there's this.
Oh, goodness.
The 9. That's an 8.
I mean, Ronnie rolled a natural 20.
Oh, no, nature check.
Tell him
on
about that.
yeah. You cannot blame me. You told me to play with the dice.
I completely blame you for this.
Jolie, what would you like your Aarakocra
Okay,
to do,
so
given the fact that you have? So you're not you don't have perfect view of everything going on here,
Mm-hmm.
but you do see some movements, and you do realize that wolves are coming out of the area and getting into proximity to try to do something.
Right. So I know that boulders are being thrown right now.
Yeah, so it's actually being more directed towards the caravan than anything.
How far away? Like, are the rocks being thrown like right in the middle?
The caravan would be behind us, right?
Well, there's some
all
ahead,
around.
some
Yeah.
behind, and so I'm going to say that there's a small contingent of people that are going a little bit faster.
Okay.
And then y'all are nearby.
Okay.
So.
I was wondering.
That's
Okay,
dangerous.
wait. Hold on, I have to.
No, that's only when she's thinking.
Okay. Is there a boulder, like the heaviest boulder up to 500 pounds that I can cast levitate on?
I'm so glad. Ooh.
I want to
Oh.
cast levitate on like the biggest boulder that I can manage to catch.
Oh, you want to catch it,
There-
or you want to maybe?
Like hold it in the air.
Okay, so you want to get one that's in the air that they're throwing? And
Yeah, that
maybe-
has like trying to like block it from hitting the caravan in front of us.
Oh no.
What?
No, I'm not seeing it when you pull it out.
Dragon dart going off. Dragon radar.
Dragon radar.
Oh, it's been going off. Well,
Yeah, yours. Yeah.
You think you can talk to it?
Guess
or-
who's flying overhead? Guess who's flying overhead? Checking out the
Oh, our friend from the other day.
shooting
Yeah.
gallery. Right.
Your friend.
Friend.
Your cousin, you mean?
I mean, just because I have scales and
It's
it
the
has
black
scales.
sheep of the family.
That was me.
No, you're the red one.
Oh.
So you just tell me what you want. I mean, told you there's piles of rocks on either side. So the one you can see probably the best is this pile up here. But if you want to try to see if you can catch one in air and not have it fall and maybe direct it a different direction or something, I don't know. What do you want to do?
Yeah, the ladder, trying to catch one from the caravan, and I don't know if the levitate spell does this. Can I like possibly like try to toss it towards a wolf?
So I will let you. Okay, so to make it easier for you, one that has already landed, I'll
Okay.
let you levitate it up, take it over to where you think you're going to have a wolf appear, and then you're going to release the concentration and try to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, which of the four-legged creatures would you like to target?
We'll go for this one.
No?
Actually, we're gonna this one.
No.
Which one do I see the best? How
Think
about
about it
that?
hard. Think real hard.
I'm good.
Or is it doesn't even matter?
I'm good with the one you picked. I mean, so what I'm assuming is that you're going to concentrate on this spell and keep and hold it until the right moment. When they move into position, you're going to be looking at trying to drop it.
Yeah.
Okay, this sound good? Well, so how about we just you're doing the Magneto thing, and then you're gonna. All right, cool. Anything else you want to do while you're?
That.
Very, very cool. All right.
She's gonna drop that on one of us.
Yes, Wade was too okay with that.
Drop that on one of us.
He was too okay with it.
I'll have
What?
to figure out
You
how to finagle this a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come around here, and the wolves are going to be. It's going to be moving into position. So
He's going in the drain.
all right. So how about we do this? I'm going to get people to help me out. I'm going to laser point it. Sound good?
Yep.
This one. Can everybody see the blue? It's kind of okay. Let's bring that one to here. Okay. Let's bring his buddy next to him.
Right about here.
Sure. Let's bring him to there and stop.
Is that like a bear?
No, these are wolves.
Those are
They are
dire wolves,
really
buddy.
large wolves, almost
But
as
yes.
big as a cow.
Oh.
They're, So if you ever saw Lord of the Rings wargs, they're very similar, except that they're not ridden. Wargs are actually ridden. His guy is actually going to be in front of him, Yep.
Right here?
Well, put him one closer, and I'm stopping him there because you're gonna get the opportunity to trigger your spell on them.
Yeah.
This one here is gonna move right directly ahead. Boom.
Ooh,
Him
right next to Otter. Or, sorry.
is gonna actually,
Otter.
yeah, right there. That sounds good.
He's being surrounded.
He is gonna move directly to there. That one is gonna be behind for now. Okay.
I will cast Firebolt on myself. Goodbye, everyone.
This one here is actually going to be able to get an attack on you. His buddy is
Oh,
go from there. But so here appears. Oh God. There appears. Oh God. That's what was making noise.
Right here?
Yeah, and
He's got, oh, he does have 2 heads.
2 heads are better than 1.
That's attractive.
Was he also on the mountain or on the ground?
He sort of come around the mountain, down the hill, but that's fine. That's fine. That's all right. He's big enough where we can do this.
Yes, sir.
So that was what was making the noise. Okay. So as they're walking, he's sort of beating the clubs on the ground and stuff along that lines, and they're beating on the trees and this, that, and the other. And so these are Ettins, which are co-conspirators with the hill giants. Not overly bright, but kind of meaty. So, so we're gonna do this dire wolf on Aaron's blade singer.
Oh no.
20.
What?
Yeah, that hits.
Take 10. And a DC 13 saving throw
What?
on strength.
Okay. 17.
Okay. So
Thanks for these
he
dice.
bit you in the leg and attempted, I mean, he literally jerked his head and was trying to get you off your feet. So that sort of is a taste and preview of what is to come. These guys looked like they were wanting you to go prone, so they can just raffle stomp you. So, okay,
Good thing you
and
can fly, oh.
all right. So let's before the other one can get going, we're going to be doing this. So, how do you envision being able to do this?
So, in my head, I can levitate up to 500 pounds of mass. So, the biggest boulder, hypothetically 500 pounds, and trying to, like, I don't know how big this is wide-wise, but trying to land it on as many of these creatures as I can, essentially.
Okay, and one of the reasons why I stopped those 2 creatures where they are because that provides you the best possibility of getting multiple, those 2 at least individually. But I was thinking of along lines the mechanics, so I understand how the 500 pounds works, and I was going to say you're able to take 2 boulders or 2 big rocks that landed close to one another, and you're trying to sort of do this together. I'm thinking that I'm going to give them a dexterity save
Okay,
against your spell casting.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
And then we'll go from there.
And I believe my magic item gives me +1 to my spell
I
save.
said, good for you. Okay. So what is your DC on your spell casting?
15.
Nice. And all right. Ooh, the dire wolf did not make his saving throw. His buddy did even worse.
Nice. Okay.
So I know in my mind what I could do with this, just to be a little fun.
Right.
What kind of damage do you think you can do with this?
Depends. Seeing as this is a 500-pound boulder, hypothetically, I feel like this would be multiple dice.
Okay, I'm good
Um,
with that. How high up did you think you put it?
I think the spell lets me put something up to 20 feet in the air.
Okay.
Or is this coming from off the cliff?
No, I think you grab the ones that it's easier to
on-
grab the ones
Yeah,
that were
so it's
behind.
20 feet in the air.
So what you were trying to do is sort of envision the ones that had landed close by, and you're sort of bringing them together. Versus, I'm going to pick that one way over there and try to bring it to you.
Yeah, it
This
was probably like right here, and then I looked it up, and they were.
Sure. Sounds good. So what are you thinking? And we'll see if we're on the same wavelength together.
How about 5d6?
I can do that.
Okay.
What were you thinking?
I just settled the d6.
I was thinking I should have had dinner,
Oh,
but that's beside the point.
Oh, I'm hungry now.
We've got 2 6s, a 5, a 3, and a 2. So 12, 17, 20, 22 damage.
Wow, nice. So let's take the littlest one and let's get him off the board.
now we need the hit splats. Now, this is the one time we truly need the hit splats.
And I will tell you that because of how they were located and how you did it, he is having mobility issues as of right now.
It broke both back legs.
Well, more towards the front because
Ah,
basically that's
yeah.
so. Basically, it's like okay, I'm trying to get to you, but I don't know what I'm going to be able to do when I get to you. He is not doing well at all.
Fantastic.
Good job for you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I just have a horrible idea.
Very
Well,
good. All right, Elliot, your ranger has an opportunity to do something now. So now you've got multiple targets of opportunity. Obviously, the ones that are more closer are the four-legged, but at some point in time, the two-legged creatures will be in
Yeah.
making their presence known.
Well, I guess I'm going to. Yeah, I know.
Sorry, just reminding everybody that she's.
Oh, she's there.
Like you see her, right?
Yeah, you're able to see basically what I'm holding up here for So you have a female type on top of a bluish black dragon that is seemingly surveying what's going on. Not a peep coming out of her nor the dragon.
Where's my brother at?
Trying to decide which one I want to
He is kind of hunkered down in his cart. They're trying to figure out if they're supposed to try to take the cart, go through, or go through and try to outrun this, which we'll see, or should they back up, or what's going to happen. So
But they're behind us now or in front of us? Or?
yeah, you had some that were going much faster that are either midway through or part of the way through, and so these giants are targeting mostly the horses and
Okay.
caravan.
Can I be moved back and
You want one? Yeah, that way you can trade.
I move like right there?
Okay.
And I want to shoot this one.
Okay.
That work?
Yep. Sounds good.
I should hold on to that. Let's do it. That work? Screw you, die. 6, 9, 15 to hit.
15 hits.
15 hits. Okay. D8. 9. D8. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Sure.
For 9 damage.
9 damage. That is. Okay.
Oh, well, just remember it. I'll miss it this time. Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
In the heat of the battle, things sometimes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I told
I
you
mean,
to remind you. That's why I did it.
Oh, did I?
Yes.
I don't remember that. Right.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I figured. Listen, I figured you didn't remember to that.
If you got
to me.
46 hit points of damage taken from an ogre, I'm sure you're a little put off at what these guys might be able to do to you.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you miss doing a few bells and whistles out of your repertoire, it's understandable, given the fact that you just put your guts back in.
I was trying to do it discreetly.
Sorry, no, it's
Because
okay.
you asked me to remind you, but you're like, what? Huh? What are you doing? Just
You're like tapping on me.
like that's how you told me. Never mind.
Elliot, is there anything else you want to do?
I just do what I'm told.
No, don't worry. I'll miss it this time. It's alright.
Okay, so what would you like to do?
I have my crossbow right now.
Okay.
And I wanna shoot that big guy.
That big guy? Okay.
Oh.
18
Plus your
plus what?
It hits.
And then crossbow 1d6 plus 3, right? 7.
Okay.
What? Yeah. And then I wanna.
use your movement section.
What?
One section.
Oh yeah. Well, it's. I don't really have anywhere to hide. But I can dash politely behind a ranger fellow.
Me?
Yeah.
There we
and
go.
I want to, am I
I like
able
how she
to,
said politely.
am
You are
I
a meat shield now.
am I able to load for the next
She's probably
Yes.
ready next crossbow?
Yes. Bam! Scurry! You scurry away.
Anything else?
Yeah, I don't do open settings.
You good?
Yeah.
Aaron.
Okay. I had an idea. It's either going to go amazingly or horribly.
I'm with it.
So,
Yeah.
He told me.
I have, since that's under my Find Familiar spell, I can cast any touch ring spell through him.
Okay.
You can tell me if I'm allowed to do this. I want to cast Dragon's Breath using the platypus onto itself. And then I want to use the spell Catapult to fling the platypus while he is spraying fire in a straight line.
That sounds awesome. But you are based. You cast a spell right now. You're going to provoke.
Yes.
Okay. But
Let's say I was either going to provoke it backing up, or I was going to provoke it casting a spell.
well, 5-foot step.
But one of the spells has to be cast as a bonus action. One has to be cast. Can I 5 foot with my movement?
I'll put it this way. Let's do this because we're going to make this fun. Okay. And that's the purpose behind this. A couple of encounters, by the way, is to get you comfortable with your characters since we're coming in sort of a mid-story on some of this. But let's go ahead and provoke.
Okay.
Let him get an attack.
Can I provoke by stepping back though?
You can. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Just so I'm out of range of the platypus's fire.
okay.
Backing up, just not that far, just so I don't get hit.
Okay. And so what it's going to allow it to basically to do is it's going to attack you.
I'm glad you're eating your animal.
No,
He's
whenever
breathing fire.
But
Whenever it hits, takes damage.
Yeah.
But then you should be able to be completely clear to do your spell, no concentration check per se, and then you're gonna try. We got to give this a shot because this is awesome.
I love this.
So,
Platypus.
Boy, this is gonna make a good drink.
Just watch.
Boy.
Just watch.
Really
I can't
strong enough
explain
to
this.
eat you across the battlefield.
Yes.
You
No,
are.
he's a dwarf.
I can't do this.
11 does not hit. Correct?
No.
Okay, so you were actually be able to distract the direwolf enough where you're able to move.
I wonder
And-
what distracted him.
A flaming platypus.
Right. Yes. I
Um,
so want to see this. It's just
So,
person with a flaming
when
platypus.
they're learning how to DM, this is what you have to deal with. You
Right.
just don't know what players are going to be throwing at you, either platypuses or not. So it's
Flaming platypus.
catapult lets me throw something between 1 and 5 pounds, which platypuses on average weigh 2.5 to 5.5 pounds.
Okay.
Imagine being on the road, it's now on the heavier side. And it lets me fling it for up to, in a straight line, up to 90 feet, and whatever it hits. It can either fall to the ground early, or whatever it hits has to make a dexterity saving throw. Otherwise, it takes 3d8 bludgeoning damage. So I imagine that the platypus is also going to get hurt by this.
You think?
Unfamiliar lets you resummon it like whenever you cast it.
Oh
so,
my god!
So tell me,
my god!
sort of tell me what you're thinking. You're going to take it and you're going to catapult him.
Yes, I want to catapult him in a straight line into this one. But as he's flying, because I use my bonus action to cast Dragon's Breath on it, I want it to be spraying its Dragon's Breath as it flies.
Oh yeah, that's a 15-foot cone too.
Yeah.
I know all about
Okay.
that. And it's what, 3d6?
And is there a save on the dragon?
DC
Yes,
14.
DC.
That's
Well-
it. You take half.
That's for yours. The dexterity save for mine
For your spell
is...
save?
Actually, yeah, just 14. Never mind.
Okay.
It goes off of my spellcasting.
Bro, I breathe fire.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. So bad. I mean, ask Lance. I used to breathe fire.
Yes. That caused problems.
I caught him on
They
fire.
put
You're
you
just
out
gonna
of the
heat
picture.
your platypus
Yeah,
until
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
because that'll do 3d8 damage.
So he was a burning man.
a straight
At
line. I'll hit that.
It was his fault.
He'll be fine.
All
You trust
right.
me.
So let's do some.
John put oil on the field and we were
12
like,
plus 2 is 14.
Yes,
That's the first one. That's
So
that guy.
that's okay. So
Okay.
he takes half.
So
damage.
I'll do that. I'll just do them 4 right there. I'm thinking. And that's where you're aiming for?
Yeah. Well, this one oh I can hit him with the. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm asking. You're saying you can throw it up to 90 feet. That's,
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I'll hit this one and I'll hit these guys.
Or did you want to go all the way to him?
Oh, I didn't think about
I
that.
didn't think about that. I will definitely clean the 5%.
Okay, so while you're casting a spell, you're like, oh!
Like, there's another one.
16 on the die for the second one.
Okay, that's a success.
For the third one, fail.
Okay, so that's full damage.
For the fourth
Good roll.
one, fail. We'll just take him right off the board, small one.
9, 10, 11.
And for the giant, you want
Yeah. What am I rolling on that? On the,
3 of them.
just on
You
the
already
AC?
did
Dexterity. Dexterity save.
Oh, okay, just a dex
Do you
save.
want some more D4s?
I wanna see how this is.
Okay, so you did this. Alright. Gee, I give up. I mean, you got.
Is not, yeah.
Oh, Dex is half damage too, so there's about to be a lot.
Okay. So, which ones succeed and which ones fail?
All the wolves succeeded except for the one that's gone, because
Okay.
he did not
Yeah.
succeed. And the giant did not succeed either.
Okay. So since the giant, I don't think the giant would take the fire damage since it's spraying backwards when it hits. It just takes the catapult damage. So these guys would all take 5 damage from the fire. The
Okay.
one that failed is 11.
But you rolled a 19.
That's for the catapult damage.
Oh.
So this guy takes 19 damage from the catapult slamming into it.
Nice.
Okay.
I love to see it.
Hill giant to the left takes 19 points of damage.
How much does that hurt the platypus?
We're fixing to get into that.
Okay.
And then we said 5 damage was half, right?
Yeah.
I like
5
that.
damage.
We feel like a squeaky
11
noise
for
as
the
he
ones
bounces
on the
off.
It's all easier. Just let it slide.
This is my favorite
I have
one.
to. I don't have the spell
Wait, don't they have
prepared. I have to do
poison
it
cards
tomorrow.
to like
Oh,
when
you
they
gotta do it
hit?
tomorrow?
He'll be fine.
I think that would count when it explodes on someone.
Yeah, when I can switch my
I'm gonna
spells out.
switch to the.
I have to go through my
Hard
book
to-
and choose them.
It should have it right there.
Oh, I don't see the DM's camera.
Well, no, because I only have 2 angles. It's this
Gotcha.
and then the table. That's it. Yeah.
By the way, this platypus is celestial.
No, I'll work on
Oh,
it.
yes.
But, yeah,
Yeah.
that was just the 2. I just have
That's
this.
part of the
and
fine familiar
then
spells. That they're
the
basically
players.
like
You know what? I can mess
summon
with
into
that
like a.
and kind of figure out a.
No, it just sort of poofs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll do.
I'm pretty sure he poofs.
Yeah, he
I had
definitely
it on my way
poofs. I
around.
can resummon him when I prepare the spell again.
A dexterity.
Yes.
I need a marching spell slots. I just cast.
This was just.
That is a natural 20.
Oh,
Oh my
I was like,
goodness.
Did I-
You died.
hey, we'll go get that.
Yes, sir. That is.
It looks pretty good.
Well,
That is a.
All right, so Dragon's Breath on the platypus does this catapult thing. It sears all the way up. It hits this giant right in the chest, and obviously the platypus is stunned. But in a miraculous feat,
Oh no!
he catches it,
Oh!
and he's going to throw it back at it. A flaming
Platypus.
roll.
Wait, is it,
Yes.
is it
And
gonna
hey,
hit?
I did have him roll a dexterity check, and he rolled a nat 20 on it.
Yes.
Absolutely. So it's just like, yeah, okay.
Oh, I don't see it.
Can you roll that, please?
Yes, sir, I can. 13 on the die.
Plus your
I believe that was the 8.
so 21.
Yes.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So
Do I get a dex against the
That was
fire?
+8.
Wait, if he throws him back and he's breathing fire, don't the wolves get hit again?
That's actually
inspiration point. I'd like somebody to give both of you two an inspiration point for playing your characters as well too.
that's awesome.
That is absolutely
Yes.
okay. And we can get into what we do with the inspiration points.
Yeah.
at the end, So, absolutely. So let's just have a little fun with this. That's what this is all for. Failed save.
Do you want me to roll the damage again?
Failed save.
Oh, God.
That'll be a made save. No, we'll just
Use the same one.
I think we'll just keep it simple. So, good job.
Wow.
Oh no, I just realized if I dodge it, you're gonna get hit by the platypus if I dodge it.
Me?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
whoever
killing
that
you.
is right there. He's
That's
gonna go
me.
straight by.
He's coming directly back
It's
that
gonna
way.
go. It's gonna whiz right by
So-
my face.
Here's sort of what I'm thinking.
Oh, wait.
My range is a lot farther than their range.
I'm thinking that
He's got to be stronger.
Oh, it takes an action to dismiss it. I can't do it.
he's gonna like try to put this platypus through your chest.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that we actually roll damage for the boulder, like a boulder.
Okay.
Oh.
So just.
I'm dead.
Flaming boulder platypus.
Right.
The feat of dexterity that he just performed was absolutely amazing. So it's like if you would say, hey, you rolled a nat 20 on that, and it's like, even though with most checks that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but this is
To be fair,
absolutely. He
I
hit him in the
just
chest, and he's like, oh, and he's like,
So
I
want me
just
to actually roll what it takes
That's
back
right.
as awesome. 3D 10.
And he just steps back.
Okay, he did do some
Well,
damage.
you
So
yes.
oh,
Okay, sir. I will do so.
like
Let's see,
spins like a football.
if the platypus survives, I'm doing it again. It's not. It's not
No,
gonna
dude, this
survive.
platypus is dead.
Yeah.
Until you summon it again.
it's a platter splat.
Yeah.
Platypus splat.
I mean, he's technically like he's like a celestial entity. He just
3 and 4.
Well, that could have been a
I see.
lot
That could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Plus the 5 that you wanted.
Can I move?
So 8 and 5 is 13.
Man, I knew I should have bought those gloves of missile snaring.
So,
Wait, before you,
Like,
Wait.
so I would like a dexterity save
I
from you,
wrote down
Aaron.
I wrote down I was gonna buy gloves of missile snaring and change my mind. I regret this.
I'd like a dex save from you because you take 13 points of damage as this platter splat hits you.
That's an 8.
An 8. And it hits you so hard it knocks you off your feet. So you're prone.
So
Nice.
And but the nice thing is you're holding your dying platypus. So as your familiar leaves this world of existence, I'm sure that also does something to your hit points.
And he also goes, why? I trusted you.
I can summon him back.
He's fine.
It's like, so, okay, wow. But bonus.
See you tomorrow,
I
bud.
did my very best.
We played
I
catch.
have to say, that is about one of the more unique ones.
I've never seen anything like that. I've seen a
The
lot.
best way of playing catch ever in a game.
Yeah, you couldn't have rolled any better.
I did no. That was actually.
The only thing you could have done was roll a 1 and fall off
Yeah,
the cliff or
that
something.
way-
Right.
Are you
You do
kidding?
know I could have caught it and went
I'll
back if
just-
I would have been in.
Range.
In the range,
That's what he
so-
was about to
Yeah.
ask.
Oh,
That's what he's trying to ask. Can he catch it and throw it back too?
that would wow. We are not playing platypi volleyball.
That would have. That would have been
Kill
hilarious.
But it has to be breathing fire the entire time.
It's just out of position.
Oh gosh.
That would have been fun.
You know, the problem was you were getting some liquid courage. You're like, I could have. Never mind.
Never mind.
That's so funny.
Just slide this off your feet. Got him.
All right, Aaron. So yeah, you can get up next turn or something along that lines.
So yeah, that's definitely all my turn.
Q.
Did I just watch all this happen?
Unless you had your eyes and ears closed, you're probably going. All right. If you're a one-up guy,
Yeah.
you're like,
There is no way
I got
he's
none.
gonna one up.
He's gonna throw me.
I got none.
There's no way.
There's no
Like
way.
a wizard.
That was.
I breathe fire.
Usually, if I do something
Dex
stupid,
damage.
I usually say, all right, let's get weird. That doesn't apply here anymore.
Wait, I'm
I can't get any weirder than that.
Oh, I think I'm taking that as a challenge.
The other one.
Yeah, I usually like, all right,
And
let's
the
do
two
something
end.
weird. Let's get weird.
Now
I
you're
can't-
moving
can't
them
top
into
that.
position. I can-
That was
I'm
weird.
taking that as a challenge. I'm gonna have to
got
find
those.
some way to top
Okay.
that.
And they have the multi attack where they.
That's
You
just
do that.
you do that, yeah.
Wait, I have a question. Has his character ran with us before or saving face before?
No,
That he hasn't.
no. So his again, this Bjorn is
So
his
tell me.
brother. He's the archaeologist. So you really, other than what again, you heard and or maybe have saw some of how he acted at the battle with the ogres last session. Okay.
Okay.
So, but that's been about a month since that's all happened, give or take now, or 3 weeks, give or take. And so, yeah, he seems to hold himself pretty well, but he may not know all your tactics.
Intricacies of my weirdness. Okay, so
No.
I'm behind him, correct?
Well, it depends on which direction you're looking at. In my case, you're in front of him,
So
but
this is me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these are the enemies.
No. Those are puppies. Yes, they're.
killing
Those are also my familiars. I'm
Now
gonna
that
catapult them next.
Now that you're prone, I would like to aim my topaz breath.
Just like right over him.
I don't feel.
You shouldn't have to.
I shouldn't have to go over him.
Is it a straight line?
Yeah, it's a cone.
cone.
It's a cone. 15 foot.
but see, it's not just that, but it's also this.
So you probably have to move.
Oh,
That's
So
a
you're
15-foot
not-
cone
yeah.
right there.
You do realize, right? It's
It's
also
up
it's
and down.
vertical as well. It's
okay.
horizontal.
So I would like to move so I'm not hitting him in my.
You can stand basically right near him, and then we can blow right over him. Then you're good.
Okay.
Now you.
Yeah, and I'd like to blow my load across all of them.
You can get the two big guys.
anymore.
Weird.
You're
Please don't
topaz,
do
you're
that over
topazing
me.
it up.
Yes, sir. I am.
Please
that a
don't
DC?
do that over me.
Why not,
Is
man?
it a deck save on that one?
It used
Do
to.
not-
14.
No, matures.
So that's a re-roll. It's a cock, but okay. So that is a fail now, and a fail. So how about that? So it'll be full
This
strength.
is not gonna go anywhere near me from now on.
Nope.
11 damage.
I'll make it up.
11 damage. All right. So we're taking the ones on the right.
How much do you weigh?
Oh god. 167 pounds.
That's relatively light. Ish. And
So
I would like to use my bonus action if possible to yank him off of the ground.
Yeah, no, he
Onto
got
his
up.
feet. Oh, you already got
no,
it.
No, I'm still on the ground.
He's
Yeah.
on the ground.
He's still prone. Can I use my bonus action to pick him up?
Yeah, I can do that.
Awesome.
Yay.
Alright, thank you.
But the,
Oh hey.
Just 11 damages.
just on fire with
platinum
topaz shards in their
Where'd the
neck.
platinums go?
Where'd the platypus go? It dissipated into your chest as you cried.
No.
What would the warlock like to do?
Okay. Get out of here. No. No. So shoot back there. He's staying there.
His patron is sort of laughing in the background.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that good or bad?
That is bad.
Like the paper, huh?
I mean, he's a warlock, so he made a deal with the devil.
Which
I made a deal
That's
with
a good
that.
question. Is that a sin?
That's in the freak.
That's a freak. Oh, good
But
choice.
you all, I mean,
Good
like the
choice.
characters don't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good choice by the way.
I'm going to move in front of Z, and I'm going to cast Burning Hands at second level at these two guys right here. Burning Hands requires a dexterity saving throw from them.
For the small one and the
For the
first
small
one?
one and the big guy.
Okay.
No, I've got him. Yeah, they have him.
He said he
Little guy, come in, might as well share him.
DC 17 is the
So what are those for,
saving
like the,
throw.
Oh,
DC
17.
17.
Okay, both
They're
of them
different
missed.
spells.
Okay.
Okay, yeah,
Also, you
full,
can, like,
full,
lay 'em over
full
the
hits.
field.
Full hits?
Sorry,
Okay.
I
Oh,
was
no, no,
going- I was
I'm
going
sorry, I
full
should have
phase.
told you.
Yeah.
So that's 46 damage.
Oh, I got
46?
46.
Yeah,
no. It's not that
Wow, Burning Hands is, wow, that's a...
They've upgraded.
Cloud kill. It's just, this is the area the
10,
spell
12
affects,
points of damage.
Which,
from burning hands.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so both of those
it's really
wolves,
fun when you
yeah.
go
Both of these are gone?
Yeah, they're no longer breathing.
And then,
You did a move, you did an action, got anything else?
yeah, since I took those two guys out, I would like to bonus action Misty Step. Back here.
Yeah, on the party or
It was a
something.
hiding spot, and now it's a group.
Well, then my little hidey hole.
Okay,
That's it.
Brian. So now that you've imbibed enough, you feel confident you're ready to take on. And right now we are down to what you see on the board.
Cool. I will. Where's my brother at? He's in the wagon behind
Yeah,
me,
he's
right?
back. Yeah,
Where's your
he's,
shirt?
he's safe.
Where's your shirt? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Is it the one
I don't need no
I'm
freaking
too
shirt.
sexy for sure.
You have to figure out how strong he is. You're gonna get stronger with the
All right.
shirt off.
Are these in front hurt?
Everybody is kind of
They
taking
gotta
All
be
the
it.
wolves,
dead.
all the wolves are
Um,
hurt.
Because they've been hit by
This
like,
one's
three-
almost
Two
dead.
three flames.
Actually, that's the
No, I'm
left
saying
one.
they've been hit by
Um,
flames twice by him and then once by
The other left one, the brownish
This
looking
one's only
one,
about
is
10
not
damage
doing so
total.
well.
five each side.
that
because
thing
they
was
succeed.
gone.
11 per,
So-
so that's at least 20 or something.
Every time they succeeded,
What's my boomerang at this one here? Where is he?
This guy right here. There you go.
Yes,
Light him up, buddy.
this one here.
Alright, cool.
I need to get one out for my turn.
15 hit,
15 hits.
and I'm gonna do 8 damage. I only did one from the thundering.
So interesting. He throws this. I forgot about that.
I'm like,
So he throws this boomerang, and when it hits, it goes "Pow!" like a thunderclap, right?
interesting.
Nice.
Yeah. And then comes back to his hand, and he goes.
And I
Take
get a
it.
second
No, you-
attack.
Huh?
Second attack.
Why not? Now you've got more liquid courage. Get it going on, man.
I'll throw it in him again.
Why not?
That's better than last one. 17.
That's hits.
5, 6, 7, 8 damage. 3 of it's thunderclap.
Okay. So let's take him off the board with all the damage that he took earlier. So now we're down to 3 wolves, 2 Ettins, and 2 hill giants. And
Do you want to move?
I want gonna move back one right there.
That's it.
Okay.
Kinda trying to stay between him and there.
Uh-huh. All right, so the hill giant on the left, the one that caught the platypi and threw it back, has already had his movement. The one on the right is going to be throwing a boulder.
Yep.
And do you want to say 1, 2, or 3? It's the party. 4, 5, or 6. It's other.
Yeah, we can do that. So, roll the d6 on that.
Sure. Okay, so it's going to be the party. Do you want to target somebody in particular, or do you want to roll a d8?
8.
And 8, if it rolls on an 8, it's your choice.
Yeah, well,
So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is your choice.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The archer's going to
Oh
get.
no!
Woo!
I'm just glad it wasn't me. I'm
Here's
kinda
the
hurt.
safety behind the archer.
14 plus the 8.
22.
22.
That hit.
22 hits.
And we're doing the flat number.
Yes.
Okay. So that would be 21.
21 points of damage. So he throws a rock, and luckily it just kind of wings you, you know? So it's getting your pulling arm a little bit.
Yeah.
But the more damage that you seem to have taken was just literally trying to get out of the way. Okay. So, yeah, you could have been a lot worse. But
You said 21.
he winged you for 21. Yeah.
You winged you for 21. Goodness gracious. What, did that boulder have swords?
It was a 5+.
Oh.
I hate it.
I mean, the platypus did 17.
How did you throw it? Did you grab it like a
The
It's a
N
spell.
on the left.
And on the left.
It's a
What would you
spell
like to
that
move
really
to?
Oh,
You got your move on that.
It's a spell called catapult that is fling something between 1 and
You
5
have a hard
pounds.
time reading.
90
40 feet.
40 feet.
Double is 80 if you want to don't do an attack, so you can pretty much put yourself anywhere.
You were trying to throw it on Julio for a
Can I
while.
get to this location?
Yeah.
Yes?
I did throw mine.
You're talking about this one here.
Yeah, this one here. And I get into that area.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Double movement, I'm thinking.
So,
But you can base. And actually, you got 10-foot reach.
What are you? You're
yeah, I think it is.
I think on that one. When you look at
It doesn't seem like, how do you learn spells?
I can actually pull it up on here.
Reading books and memorization, if I remember correctly.
Actually, it doesn't say. So we're going to give you a 5-foot
No,
reach
I'm
on that.
thinking if he learns through
Okay,
books.
so we'll put you one more if you want to base them.
Oh, really?
No, the wizard. I'll get the
Is that the same
Just
thing?
prepare them, like, okay.
Is that the exact same?
Mhm.
Okay, well, I'm going to use him.
Alright, so let's put him one step forward.
What's that big guy?
That's a two-headed giant type.
Yeah.
He's got a club in one hand, he's got some type of axe in the other. What do you want to do with this guy?
Bring him on the opposite side.
Okay?
What's surrounding me?
Alright.
Because your idea that they
So
could
then that
double
puts him
damage
at,
for 5
they put him at the advantage. So
None of them get hit.
If they are still in that position.
on the next
It
one.
doesn't look
They don't
like
get
you're
attacked
making
this time.
spells.
Huh?
They don't get attacked this time.
They double move in order to get there.
Get there.
So they kind of lumbered over.
Gotcha.
You know, so. Alright, so while sort of all this is going on. What? You didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you?
Oh, I knew it was happening. I knew it was
I'm
from the
shocked you
beginning.
didn't send all three of them at the same time.
I'm surprised we got this far.
Loping up from behind.
Are you?
Oh no, I got
Okay.
this
Oh,
one.
behind. Oh, yeah. And you are right. 5-foot reach on both of those
I think
weapons.
it's 7.
And I'm thinking that this guy comes up and stops right about here with a guy that's trailing along. And I will give a knowledge nature to those that care to know what this one is.
There we go.
Why don't you? Okay.
18.
20.
14.
15.
Winter Wolf.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds horrible.
It does sound horrible. And since he has, he is going to do his cone breath
He's got a
right down the line. Which also going to give get his guys as well too. But
I might have a reaction.
absolutely.
I'm getting my deck save ready.
Does he have to roll to hit?
This is cold damage.
This is
Alright, I will reaction absorb elements.
okay.
It just captures some of the incoming energy, lessening its effect on you and storing it for next melee attack. I have resistance to the triggering damage type until the start of my next turn. Also, the first time I hit with a melee attack on my next turn, the target takes an extra 1d6 of the triggering type.
Absolutely. So you're going to absorb some of this cold damage.
Yes.
Perfect.
I just become resistant to it, essentially.
Understood. Okay.
I'm gonna hold a spell. I need you to get out of the
Well done. Well done.
I was like, I am burnt.
So let's just do the DC 12 saving throw for the Ettins.
12.
Okay, the other one.
15.
Okay. I'm gonna get one wolf. Okay. And that's a 12 as well. Okay, so I need your save. Start off with that.
What save is it?
It's a dex save.
Deck save, and when I'm resistant, is that just with advantage?
So basically, well,
oh, it's half time.
Yeah, resistance is half.
resistance will be half, but let's do the dex save and see
Yeah.
because that's another half. So
That's
it
it.
just,
Yeah, it could be quarter if you hit that.
Dex.
Ooh.
I
8.
did the roll on 12, but
Nah.
it's Dex
Okay, so
minus
yeah,
1.
okay.
So he's actually one of them got it.
One of them got it. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
8.
Okay. And it's not gonna. Next is Aaron's, and then Q.
Natural 20, so
Nah.
22.
Nice.
Good deal.
Very nice.
Can I do a reaction with this?
Maybe.
Absorb element.
You do the same thing
Same
basically.
thing.
She,
Yeah.
okay. Very good.
We'll have to roll.
You still got to roll a
You still
DC.
gotta roll, yeah, the dexterity saving throw.
We're looking for the magic number of 12.
I'm not even gonna look. Not even gonna look. I knew it was gonna be bad.
All right. So you failed the saving throw,
Yeah.
but you
But I still
are
get half.
absorbing elements. You failed the saving throw absorbing elements. You made your saving throw, so you're only taking half.
So the same as these people can cast spells.
Yeah.
The wizard didn't cast the spell.
Right.
But it's the same effect for all of us.
I know the wizard actually jumped out of the way.
Whoa.
I mean, we get to use a little extra damage next time.
Yeah. I was laughing
Whichever
at
one
the
you
wizard
said.
didn't
That's
cast the
good.
spell.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
the
yeah.
spider and the artificer
If you had
cast
made
it.
The other one.
you would have had that half.
Yeah. So
So
quarter
it would have
damage.
been a quarter damage.
Yeah.
So he.
Yeah. But half is still good.
Oh yeah, I'll take it.
Woof.
I am flightless
Half
free.
may not be.
Yeah, he rolled a
Wow. Okay.
What, 4 things?
I wish I could do that when I'm doing character creation.
Right.
Oh no.
But
Do
I
tell.
don't like that.
well, it's 36 points of damage.
Okay. So half, that's 18.
Okay. So
Holy shit. Why
Still
are they
18.
hitting
That's
so
not bad.
hard?
That's better than it could have been.
Oh yeah.
I'm unconscious.
okay.
I had 13
Well,
health left.
it's not quite as good as it could.
Wait, you had 13 left?
I had 13 left. Yeah,
So
I
you're
couldn't get out of there in
unconscious, so
time.
you're down.
Okay. I need from you Constitution saving throw.
I'm not gonna be frozen. All right, let's see. Oh,
You just threw my bag on the floor.
I just do my 18.
Okay. That did not feel. So here's the problem.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
Absorbing cold, probably one of the worst things you could do to your wings.
I didn't think about that.
I ain't even think about that for my nubs either.
No, because my
Yeah,
moss
she has,
gets
like-
worse with the cold.
Oh!
She has like an infection.
So we're still gonna let you give some of that energy back at your next attack. There are some issues going on right now. There is like medical emergency type issues going on with you right
Shit.
now. While I applaud, I would have done the same thing. I would have absorbed
Yeah.
elements, but that was
That was
absolutely.
rough.
And
I
this
didn't
one, this
think
one
about
here, it was already
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair.
okay. So that being said, we go to the top of the round. It's now your turn. And So I'm not even going to address the hit point side. You're nauseous. Okay.
I don't
You're
feel
disoriented. Okay. I'm going to give you disadvantage on any attack rolls that you have right now. About the best thing I can do for you, as far as let you know, is that if you want to egress, I'll give you an avenue to egress to try to, leave.
Yeah.
You're just like, no.
I think I need to get out of this situation. I'm not in a condition to.
Which direction would you like to go? Or do you want to actually roll a d6 and you go a d8?
And roll a D8 and let it choose.
Nah, I think I run towards these guys.
Well, you're disoriented, so I would just give you that option to role play that a little
Just
bit,
like
but that's all right.
party distraction.
Okay, so let's put you on the other side of Sylph. Okay, and
Why are you all around me?
she's here. She's here. She's trying to hide.
Look, the guy's got torn armor in front of you.
Okay. Wow.
Smash with the ball.
Oh, dragon. Ooh.
What did I tell you about bringing your friends to the party?
I just pass out.
So, actually, I'm always supposed to do that when you touch it.
Right,
I
yeah.
meant
I
to
haven't
do
done that yet.
I meant to do that last week. I meant to really just have that image in your mind. So,
Yeah. It's in there now, don't worry.
okay, so now we are. So that wolf basically is ineffective. We're going to take him completely off the table. This one here. All right. So all that's really left is these two wolves. So this one's going to try to run around to here. This one here is going to go up and take a bite out of Q.
So the broken-legged one's not on the board anymore?
Nope. If he's able to pull you over, his buddy's going to get an attack on you.
Okay, I'd like to. He's trying to attack me now. Do I have to wait until you hit me, or is it during the attack action for shield?
So you just did a reaction.
So I'm still just getting screwed. Okay, awesome.
I mean, you can't just do multiple.
One reaction per turn.
One per turn. Okay.
So you absorb the elements, which is really cool. But
Yeah.
you'll be able to dish it back out through
Eventually,
Elixir.
from my
That's
back.
gotta hope he doesn't hit you.
All right. He misses, and so that takes care of those two guys here.
Oh, thank God.
All right. Elliot's turn.
Just wait till these start forcing beat down.
That was,
Suspect.
Is he dead yet? Not quite dead yet.
His eyes are still open.
Is he breathing?
Gotcha.
This is not turning out like they wanted.
No.
the wolf.
Flaming platypus. I mean, that right there.
Flaming platypi.
It was more than their two heads can take in. So, all right, Elliot, what you gonna do?
The frost wolf? Snow wolf? Whatever.
Winter wolf. Yes, sir.
Almost, buddy.
It's a good attempt.
You were getting there.
Going to attack it with my bow. Obviously.
You shoot with an arrow.
Shooting twice.
Hey!
God.
Just prompting you a little bit.
So it's two attack
Big
rolls?
knee, deck save.
That's right. Oh.
Oh
13.
no! Go ahead.
You remember he has two attacks.
I'm laughing at you as a fighter who never uses two attacks.
Yeah.
I get it soon. I'm catching up with soon.
Alright, 13. Oh gosh, my brain is fried. 17.
Yes.
20.
Yes.
Oh, that's completely wrong anyway. I'm adding 9, which either way that still hits. Okay.
So you got a 22 and a 25.
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
If 17 hit, then anything above 17 hit. I mean, I can
I'm here for
explain
you,
math to you, but you sound like you were from West Virginia.
West Virginia.
That's not about West Virginia. It's about Western Virginia. It's a whole different state. We separated from them.
I like to Hatfield McCoy, them fighting words.
It's actually a pretty good show.
Actually, it was.
So 10 on the first arrow and 7 on the second.
So 18 total? Okay.
What?
All right. So you put 2 arrows pretty
That's
much side.
17, right?
17 points of damage on the Winterhold.
He said 18.
Oh,
11
whatever.
plus 7?
He said 10,
10.
plus 7.
Sounds like 18 to me.
I give up.
Rockingham County School. No, so I misheard, but 18 sounds good.
Okay.
So, but the arrows were pretty much close to one another, so you could actually be more damage if you could have got them spaced out.
I am in the process of dying. I am bleeding out right now.
I would like to take
What more do you want?
that way. One step that way.
I did the bare minimum, God.
I'm about to get angry by several clubs.
All right.
And I was gonna save you
Sylph.
if I was conscious.
I picked you up once. Not really.
Do I have, am I like, can I see anybody to shoot?
Absolutely. These
Okay.
are.
Any
Really?
of them? Some of them? None of them?
Who do you want?
Oh, it doesn't really matter to me because I'm gonna run afterwards. Why not? That guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him with a crossbow. Nat 20.
Yes. Please re-roll.
15.
That confirms.
Yes.
I need
Nice.
percentile dice, please.
This one?
Should make the admin roll for percentile.
Your 2d10s.
These? Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. 72.
Wow.
You trust me?
Do I trust you?
Yeah.
Do I have a choice?
Okay. So
This is gonna be interesting.
max damage times 3, please.
So that's 1d6 plus 3 times
So
2.
it's
9, so 27.
27 damage.
27 damage.
Yeah. Got him in one of his 4 eyes.
Yes.
It's not just tag him, but it's like, whoa. And so that head does not seem to be overly functioning, but the other one is still perfectly functioning. And it's mad at you now.
Well, that's okay, because I have an
Kill this half
action.
brother.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
Just have
5, 10, crap, 15.
No, that's how it happened.
That's going to be you. That's
Get out the
Everyone else turns around, it's just a dust cloud shaped like her.
Nice.
Don't have to do that.
Okay.
Well, I can hide. Is that still limited by my distance?
I'm sorry?
I have the ability to hide. Is that still limited by the distance?
There's nothing to really hide in the way. I mean,
It's not a tree line. That's a rock.
Well, okay, so from that hill giant up on top of the hill, yes, but for everybody else,
All
looking this
of
way,
these guys?
I wanna be.
well, you
I
can't-
essentially want to be hiding from
you
that
can't-
guy.
Okay, yeah, and I'm going to give you advantage on any saving throw that you may have to roll if he tries to target you.
Okay.
Sound good?
I think I get one anyways, but yes.
Well, then I'll give you 2. How about that?
Double advantage.
All right, Q, you going to stand there or you just want to bleed?
I mean,
You still 20. Ronnie.
Just one last.
All right, Q, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Okay, we'll stop there.
If you attempt to back up, you might have to make a dex save into all the blood.
Of all 4?
No, the blood that Baron's pumping out.
I'm dying behind
How
Do I need to make
inconvenient.
sense or?
It's not your turn yet.
So,
After
We'll
me.
get to that soon.
so question. I'm surrounded completely by
Actually,
all enemies.
actually, Aaron, it is your turn. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, make us a death save. Sorry.
Oh no.
Please make it.
14.
Hey! This is where an inspiration point also could come in to
I was
help make
about
that
to
bump
make
up.
that too.
Yeah.
So now it's Q's turn.
Awesome. And so is he?
He's down. He
He's
is.
still
He's
I'm
not
still
moving.
unconscious, laying on the ground. I'm just
And
bleeding out.
is there
currently.
any way for me to back out without encountering either a club or him?
No.
There is not.
No.
Awesome. So I would like to hit the big guy that she just got rid of one of the heads with booming blade.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
All right.
El Dancer to the rescue.
Yeah, that's a booming blade.
Two-handed. Nice. Well, there's a reason why I asked.
So we can't drag me.
No, actually,
Because it hits
More damage.
it does more damage, and he actually can swing it twice.
Oh.
They have reach too.
Huh?
They have reach too.
These guys don't.
What
That
happens?
is them?
They just got 5 foot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think technically I have 7 because of the gloves of long boots that you gave me the last campaign.
That's right.
So 12 plus.
It's touch, but I have other stuff.
Let's see. Can you get me?
This is where I was.
She-
I'm also in
Yeah, she.
crazy pain. I'm not functioning right now.
Worst spell.
I
It
know!
was just like.
What was that or take 36 damage?
And I'm sitting there going, okay, absorb. You're absorbing coal.
I know, I didn't think about it, but like,
This stuff is based off of coal. Okay. Alright.
well, I mean, ultimately, I don't think either one take a crap ton of damage or.
Listen, I'm not saying this is
I said-
a fun situation.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I'm not saying it's fun.
You're either gonna absorb cold or get hit by cold.
Yeah.
So
At least it
18
was
hit.
half
Huh?
the
18
damage.
to hit.
18 hits.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you take
Like, I was either gonna get hit with it or absorb it.
1d10
At least in
plus
one instance, I got less
1d8.
damage.
There you go.
I was sort of hoping you'd be able to give a little bit of that back, but it's.
Oh yeah, plus this.
I
plus
needed to
6
get out of
cold
there.
as well. So 1d6, 1d8, 1d10. Exciting.
The excitement.
So you're taking 8. Oh, what? Well, do I have to tell you what elements you're getting hit with?
No.
Okay, so 16.
Okay.
Yeah, you're taking like 6.
Okay. And you make your second hit?
Yeah.
And with your sword.
Oh, so 17.
Okay, let's go.
17. And then second hit.
Did you add your strength
To the hit?
The hit. You add your strength into the hit too.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, dope.
To
So
the
that's
damage,
20.
20 points. 22.
Also,
22.
you're unconscious, I wouldn't
For
know.
the first one. And then the second one.
But I have other healing stuff.
This guy's got an AC of 12. I mean, come on now.
Stabilize
12.
you, you
12?
get
I
one hit
missed
point.
it.
Really?
3 on the die. What is it?
What else
Plus
is
6.
being
I'm not even hitting 10. 10 to hit. Yeah.
Stabilize the dying
The second
creature, they
one.
also
Yeah,
roll
well,
a one.
Okay. So,
Cool.
alright, so
And
one
if
hit.
he- If he moves, he takes.
I thought you meant when I stabilized.
What is it?
Success
2d8
failed.
lightning damage.
Like, yeah, now.
Okay.
And then
And
I'd like to
also-
take. Oh shit! I can't escape.
Yep.
I can't escape.
I also have a couple other things, I think.
I can say you put yourself in a defensive posture. to try
Yes.
to- There you go. That's a
Don't you
smart
have a
move.
shield?
Yes, I do have a shield, but.
So, Ronnie, bad things are happening.
They are happening.
Yes. I will need it after you.
Blue.
I need to look up how the blade cell works.
Yeah.
He's doing it for the reaction, don't put him into it.
You can't help thinking about it because it's kind of
Part
dire.
of it's who I am.
It's
yeah.
kind of dire.
Mm-hmm.
Question for you.
Sure.
Brian and I are gonna hit that pizza place in Gibson to you and I stopped at.
Okay.
Stay up until 7:30.
What to win?
I'm going to cast
Just
darkness
depends on how quickly I can get back up.
centered on
I
Elok.
wouldn't mind. I haven't eaten. I'm sorry.
I'm casting darkness centered on Elok.
Okay.
So it's a 15-foot radius around him. So that way it's complete total darkness. They'd be at a disadvantage if they attack you.
Ronnie.
Even dark vision doesn't. This is magical darkness.
About keen hearing and smell.
Yeah. As long as that's fine. But I'm talking about these two
Yeah, I'm with you.
Molly Stompers there.
Yeah. Okay.
So. Yeah. So like if it's centered on him, it gets everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, it covers
Sounds
you, covers
good.
the wolves, covers everybody.
You got anything else you want to do? Brian, you're next up next?
No, I'm just darkness.
Okay, Brian?
Appreciate that.
So I can't see anything in there either.
You see a foot, so you kind of know where it's at.
I do not.
My arm is
You're
just dangling.
outside.
There's
You're
a
outside the dark
winter
dome.
wolf that's bad as all get out.
You're outside the dark dome, but there is a dome of darkness.
Looks like his
Yeah.
chest is expanding, like he's taking in a big deep breath.
Is he looking toward the thing there or toward others? Or what?
He's looking menacing in general. So
Okay, I'll attack the winter wolf.
okay.
Are you boomeranging it?
Yeah.
Okay. I like his boomerang too.
17.
Absolutely it.
I'm a fan.
That is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
Nice. Okay.
Second attack. $16.
Hits. I don't think anybody has over 14. Literally on this whole. Dang.
8 damage.
Oh wow. Okay, so he's hurting.
And
You both are doing it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move opposite over here
It's actually
in case the darkness comes up. I'm gonna try to give him a flank. Cause I know where he was at.
Okay.
Moving up a little bit.
He's gonna right
So
to
you're
the
gonna
edge,
move
right to
into
the edge
the
of the
darkness.
right to the edge.
Right to the edge, so right there.
Okay. All right.
I can see that foot.
Etten on the flat.
Yes.
This one here.
Yes.
What would he like to do? Can't see anything. Kind of knows in general where everybody is. So if you want to, you can try to lean over and just go whack, whack.
Doing it. Sure.
Okay. But at disadvantage.
Yes. That's why I.
Yeah.
2. So I'm guessing he misses that first hit.
5 plus 8. Okay. Roll me a percentile.
13.
Roll me a percentile, please.
I think I know what's gonna happen.
Forward of a 0.
Okay. And roll your second attack.
PC without your shield.
18.
18 without.
Okay, so you hit something.
I hit something.
You hit something. Oh. Okay.
Either he hit you or he hit his
No,
left body.
it definitely sounds like he hit his buddy when I mentioned about reaching over. So he. We're gonna say that this guy got hit enough where he moves. The lightning damage finishes him off.
Oh, nice.
Take him off the board.
Where would you fall?
Huh?
Where would you fall?
Oh, hey!
That's a direction.
Yeah, that's
Inspiration point. Thank you. Yeah, how about that?
Inspiration point. The guy's like, what? Hey.
Friends like you, who needs it?
What's this from?
I'm sorry. The big creature falling out of the darkness and trying to splat you. Yeah, you're able to make it. So, 5 foot step over this way and you're good to go.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I was about to say, man.
All right. So that's Etten 1 kills Etten 2. Hill Giant.
Yes. Doing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. All right.
1, 2, 3 is the party.
4.
Okay, so you're targeting out and about.
Okay.
Throw the other one.
Four.
Okay, so the Hill Giants are continuing to lob boulders against the caravan. All right. All right, Jolie. So yeah, on your turn, yeah, you double over and you're down. You're So hit point wise, everything's good to go. You're hurt, but it's you can actually almost feel this thing moving inside you.
Let me. I wanted to try.
Absorb elements? No.
We know for next time.
Quick, somebody go burning hands there.
No,
I was gonna say firebolter.
Ah, fireball.
Oh, that didn't go well.
Yeah, I wanted to try.
Embracing a flaming platypus?
No.
Yeah.
But I kind of related to.
Go ahead.
I wanted to use a cantrip to create bonfire anyway, to see if the heat slows it down or makes it better.
Okay. So I'm really going to make you have a concentration check on that one.
Alright, what do I need to do? So D20 concentration check is what?
What's your constitution?
Constitution.
Whatever the modifier is on that.
Save or check?
Well, it's a check, basically, more than anything. Trying to see whether or not you're able to keep the concentration long enough to actually get this done.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if I need to use save or this one.
No, let's do just regular.
Regular?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's just do your proficiency on that.
Not 20, but 20.
Good. Okay. Very good. So yeah, and as you're passing out, basically,
Yeah.
you create enough of a fire that you're trying to ward off. It's not so much of the cold as something's wrong. Something's wrong. This is so it's not the cold
Yeah.
that is the problem. It is what the cold did to the
Yeah.
fungus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And so but that's a good idea to try to counteract that. And so we're gonna skip to you. We're gonna go to so I'm still gonna give him a disadvantage. He's gonna take a gander at you. All right. Kind of negated on that one, so let's just do a straight attack on that. So yeah, miss. Winterwolf, let's see if he recharges.
Best sound from the DM.
No, there's worse ones from Wade.
Yes.
We'll discover that.
Alright, so let's do dexterity saving throws again. And this time, let's see. Who did the last damage to him?
To the winter wolf?
You know what? He's going to have to.
Stick some arrows in his side.
So let's. Oh, this might be actually very bad for you.
Actually, I did it with the boomerang
You did.
twice.
But he. So. Okay, let's do this. You hit them, both of you hit him for about equal.
Alright.
Okay. So. I'm going to roll a d12. We want the first 6. And you can take the second 6, whatever it rolls up in.
Which one you want?
Go odds or evens.
You do that? I don't care.
What do you want?
I'll do evens.
Alright,
All right.
You odds? Alright.
sure.
It is evens.
Pick your destiny. I'll die.
Oh, that means Dolly's might die.
God be death.
It wouldn't help if I
I like
made
Bleeding
a
out.
insult for it or something. Does it understand?
Fungus.
You can try it.
Fungal shock.
Fungal shock.
DC 12 saves.
You.
DC 12 dexterity save.
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead and give me dexterity save. At disadvantage.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Well.
9.
Okay.
That's it.
5.
Can I give her my inspiration?
Ooh.
She has her own
Reroll
treasure.
both.
Inspiration.
Reroll both?
Well, it's given by another player character. It's a little bit different.
Okay.
So I'll let her reroll both.
Okay, 13.
Very nice.
There
Okay.
you go.
Very, very, very good.
That's for helping what you know.
Now,
Yeah,
talk to me about the absorbing the elements thing that you did. You're resistant now to this type
yeah.
of.
I am. Let me double check. I have resistance to the triggering damage Titan until the start of my next turn, so that's already passed.
Okay, that's what I was trying to refer to.
Would I know that she's on the ground behind me, like squealing or hollering or something? Would I know?
Squawking.
I don't know, Sylv, are you behind? Are you on the ground
No,
behind?
no, no, not her. Sorry.
You said you were right.
I've done skedaddled, okay?
There's a lot of stuff going on. So you know she was there. You know she moved there, and then she started making a fire, and you haven't really heard much from her since then. So, so you did not make your save.
No.
18 points of damage.
18.
Okay, you take half. Right? You're not. You take them. You made it. Yeah, you take half.
Okay.
So yeah. Even though your dex, you're in the wrong position.
Yeah.
And so,
So how much
you're on
damage?
the right position. You're taking 9.
9.
9 points of damage. And yeah, this is not going well for you
No.
right now.
It's
Okay.
really not.
So the wolves, we did Jolie. We are now back to you, Elliot. Al.
Hit him with the stuff. And the things. No saves.
Oh, by the way, this one here,
Let me calculate things.
the smaller one,
It's like, where are we gonna get
it's
this from?
You gone?
well, there's also other activities and stuff going on. Once again in the background, and so yeah, he's going to be gone. Yeah, we're going to take those 2 wolves off as well.
Male pot
Yeah.
pie between 2.5 and 5.5.
Yeah, that's like you got like a football size.
They got
Yeah.
So we could do that.
Molly Watch, but
No, I go sitting here trying to see, can I do it?
So
I guess I'm gonna move this way more. So move me, I guess, 4 spaces.
there is
20
no
20 foot?
area of map beyond where the map is. Take falling damage. You go off the edge.
Carrying the world
Like,
with
yeah,
her.
this is flat Earth.
I didn't know
We're
it
on a
was
turtle.
out of the world.
You want to shoot
Yep.
twice?
Yeah. I want to shoot once.
Well, yeah.
I'll shoot twice.
It'd be nice if you just shot once and just finished it. It'd be
Arrows are
nice.
expensive these days, man.
But sometimes it takes twice to do it.
And then I'll shoot twice, yeah. Well, that's
What the heck
was that?
How did you manage that?
So 1 and 2. So the first one is an 18 plus 9.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. 9 plus 9, 18.
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough.
Good hits, good hits.
So first one, second one. So 9 and 5.
Okay. So this one's going to go away.
Yay!
Sylv, if you want to continue, you can get over here and hide.
Yeah. Skirt.
You want to do a pot shot up to the...
Well, I wanna be like in between the things.
Okay. So you got lots of cover.
Do I want to what?
Get a shot off.
Oh,
If you decide to get a shot off,
it would have been before I ran.
no, he's going to know a bit of your location.
Nah.
And so you can actually effectively hide.
Yeah,
And
I'm
if you're good with that, I'm
Yeah.
good with that as
You-
well too. Okay. Aaron, your next save.
I don't know.
You can do it.
That's a 3.
Okay.
Anybody want to give him a point of inspiration to stay alive?
Oh wait, that's right. I can use my own.
Yes, nice. Don't die.
Oh.
No.
Natural 1?
No.
That's 2 hits.
That's two deaths.
Oh, so he's down to his last.
Wait, can I use my point of inspiration?
No.
So let's
Not for that one, right?
Q.
Why did you get me to use my inspiration?
See what happened was, it worked when I inspired somebody. I didn't know you were that
So
inspiring.
Elvenzer says a little more to the right.
He said Eldenser said that?
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean,
If you swing, you're swinging with no disadvantage. You're being guided. But do so quickly, or I'll change my mind.
awesome. Is I'm sorry, I'm a little blind. So it's just the big guy.
Just he's the last one.
Okay.
As far as you know. Little to the right.
Why you're doing that to me? So yeah,
Little to the right.
I'd like to hit him.
Roll twice, please.
With the good old two-hand. Ha-ha! 17.
Yes.
Or, so it's a D10.
Ronnie and Brian, you're up on standby here shortly. So.
Thinking.
7.
We'll play a druid next.
He's already picking up.
He's already
He's already picking up his next character. Oh gosh. Don't give up.
We're gonna play the platypus.
It's not
Is it
over
fun?
until the bags fall from the sack. Just saying. Teabag.
Hmm?
Teabag.
Ah.
7 and 13.
By a two-headed giant. Probably got 4 balls. It's just nasty
Share
teabag.
one.
You don't think they share
That
something?
would be-
Did you want damage? What?
Yeah, I have. I've told you 3 times. 7 and 2 hits. 7 on the first one, 13 on the second.
Okay, very good. And do you want to move now?
Yeah. I'm scurrying like the rest of the party.
Moving.
That
So.
way.
He said basically a little more to the right. There's still a thing of darkness around you, so you're. Roll me a dex save.
Ooh, actually. 18.
Okay, you found Aaron's character. Put him on the other side, but you didn't fall.
Okay, what I step on?
It's like,
There's my other death save.
all right. Ronnie?
Okay.
Dude, I'm heavy too. Sorry.
So she didn't hide, but I know where she is. I know where. What's
She's
happening.
hiding effectively from the
From
guys
the
that are
guy
throwing,
there.
you know,
Okay.
boulders. Yeah.
And they're. Shoot.
And Brian, you'll be up next after that.
There are. This is the hard decision.
It is.
Not for me.
Straight up here. Pop a one of my health potions I bought. Pour it in his mouth.
Okay.
So drowning him.
Make another death save.
Waterboarding with a health
2d4 plus 4, correct?
Huh?
2d4 plus 4.
So interesting. He's going to roll a save and he's going to cough up a flaming platypus.
So you get 8 points of health back.
I'm at 4.
Okay. I want to still have you as unconscious.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm
So
gonna
you're no
Pop him on
longer
the-
in danger of dying. You're just not completely.
And I'm
ready
just
to
going to be like, you owe me 50 gold. And
He just.
yeah, no, but I'm going to
as
remind
he's
him
trying
later.
to, keep this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going to remind him later. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Anything else, Brian?
No, that's my action. That's it. I'm done.
So is the darkness still there?
Still there. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, because he was in the middle of the darkness, so I would have dropped it.
Okay.
Yeah. The
So
darkness is not there.
also the darkness goes away.
Yeah.
You see the Etten. It is not doing overly well, and looks like it's about ready to haul butt out of there.
But it's not.
Charge
but-
that thing, boy.
It definitely looks like he's in the midst of turning, going to the opposite direction.
All right, slinging. Boomerang. Not one yet. Oh, I knocked it over, but 16.
Hits. That's it. 14 was the biggest one, and that was one of the wolves.
That's 10 damage.
Okay.
Second attack.
If he goes down,
Oh!
I'm taking that boomerang.
Roll percentiles, please.
Spoken into existence.
I did. I'm taking the boomerang.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
94.
Oh no, boomerang.
He's gonna hit me.
On that one on the boomerang.
I'll read this out to you. You inadvertently strike the nearest ally with a normal attack. Absolutely. It's 91 to 94.
I was gonna say debatable. He's closer.
Yep.
Hey!
He said, how disrespectful.
You're conscious.
Oh, that's actually a technicality. I think you are.
Well,
Yeah.
you are directly in line, whereas you are more often skewed. So,
For the team.
I'm thinking we do an arbitrary. Let's let the dice make the decision on this.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to let you roll. I'm going to let you roll.
Okay. So you want me to roll?
Percentile dice and give it a 50-50 chance.
50
So
I'll take lower 50.
Lower 50.
Okay.
You can't say anything since you're dead. No.
Oh!
Lower 50, higher 50. Okay. So
It hits
this
me.
says.
You got 54.
Lisa went
It was
51.
It was a literal just.
But when you
We can.
but when you are throwing or trying to hit somebody prone, isn't it like you take negative?
No, you're at advantage when you're hitting someone prone.
No, with
From
range.
melee.
Not with range.
Not with range.
Not with
but
Range is
melee.
disadvantage. But it's
So yes. So and it actually even goes this way as well. So make me a DC 13 deck save.
Hopefully you hit yourself.
14.
Okay. So you make that save. So you are attacking with disadvantage for sure on this character. So
with disadvantage to hit me.
correct. Roll 2 and take the worst of the 2.
More than that.
Nat 20.
Another one.
Which rolls up another 2 nat 20s.
12.
Oh, thank God. My AC is 16. Also, I'm healed. I don't need that 6 anymore.
But you've got a curious little scar. That sort of I'm going to be serious. You got a scar that just it barely misses you. Okay, but there's a little bit of a slice that you get the right kind of healing. Which since everything else is probably going to be a bit more important, you maybe end up with a little bit of a scar that and you're not exactly sure where you came from because you've sort of been out of it.
Oh my god,
for-
my back.
All right. Anything else, Brian? Are you good? That's your first? Or, no, that was your second.
Second attack.
I have.
Want
I
to
can
move
reduce
up in
scarring
front of him.
boys.
Okay.
It's all good.
Just to, in case he does something, take a swing.
He's like, sorry.
Okay. So this is what plays out. You've got this, okay. The one hill giant that has not taken basically any damage that you can tell. There seems to be some arrow shooting and stuff along that lines, but
Oh yeah, there's other people.
this is not what we get paid for. And egress. This one is going to turn about, and you're going to get a parting shot, attack of opportunity as he's leaving the field. And that's definitely see and hear. This is not what you pay. You know, we pay for this. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
it didn't make quite as much sense, and that's fine because it's
Yeah.
giant.
So she said.
17.
That's what that said.
That's what
17.
That's
Probably.
what that's at.
I think that hits.
17, right?
Absolutely,
9 damage.
not enough to kill him. But I can say that he doesn't get all the way off the field before somebody else finishes him. So. All right, we are out of combat. Death save, Aaron. No, actually, no. You're. That's right.
that's right,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I'm sorry. My bad.
That would have been all.
Sometimes I do. I make people make random saves just to.
Am I unconscious?
Or is she
Question
passed out, or?
mark? Am I?
Delirious.
Okay.
So they try to get your attention, and you look at them and through them.
Can I?
Get her some mead.
That would make it worse.
I'm going to attempt to make good berries,
Okay.
which is a spell, and give her one.
Okay.
Or feed the bird.
Wow. I actually didn't think about that. Polly want a bloody berry? Oh dear.
Sound, you know.
Feeding her your berries.
Does it not come up?
God.
What was that?
It's good berries.
Okay.
She started pulling me.
About half the party is hurt, correct?
Well, yeah.
Very.
You took a little?
Nope.
Okay, you took some.
Yeah.
Okay. You're good. You're hurt. Q,
I'm hurt.
are you?
Well, look, I got 42 health, you know.
Well, I mean,
Did you get hit?
I took a hit.
Yeah.
But
so since we're out of combat, so let's sort of lay out what's going on here.
Oh, do we need to
Am I
switch the?
able to get up and do stuff?
Yeah, so you're coming to, you find out that the warlock gave you a potion, which he wants to be compensated for, and tells you that very specifically more than once.
I'll reach into the robe and pull off one of the patches,
Okay.
and when I sit the patch down, 4 healing potions come out, and I hand you 2 of them.
Okay. That's cool.
And look at you say, next time this happens, I point to the other patch that has 4 potions on it.
Next time this happens, you're on your own. Pal.
4 potions.
Fight smarter.
wow.
Warlock is
Ooh, wow.
He has always been a little standoffish, and so he just exacerbates that a little further. Okay. So the
I feel like I wasted, yeah.
So the problem is Jolie is the Aarakocra. She is not lucid, not to seem to be overly hurt, but there is something going on in her circulatory system right now, and
What does the visible moss look like? How does
it's
it
not
look?
it's again a fungus. It's more
Or
like
fungus,
a
yeah. Sorry.
again. So it's
Like, is there more spotting now?
it's almost completely covered.
Ah.
Did,
Okay.
did the good berry do anything?
Not really. So you sort of squeeze it, put the juice in her mouth, and let her eat a little bit of the pulp, and it's kind of just going down and drooling out of her beak a little bit or whatever, But anyway, so the cleric that had followed you up from Tribor and got you to this point is like, this is way beyond anything that I can do. She needs to get the long saddle immediately. Like, y'all need to acquire some horses or whatever and leave now.
Well,
They're saying, is there any horses we can, or are they all pulling the carts?
No, there's always been this, that, and the other, and you had the opportunity to possibly even buy your own. So I mean, I'll do whatever, however you want to on that. But
I'll.
So who's gonna go?
I'm saying, is there like extra horses in our group right now that we could possibly commandeer?
I'll put it this way: y'all have been. This is not the only attack that y'all have helped on. There's people that are willing to volunteer whatever you need to try to get you to Long Saddle.
Okay, cool.
You've got
Is it in the direction we're going anyway?
yes, but it's going to be 2 days of or day and a half of hard riding to get you there.
Don't we still have to protect the caravan too?
That's not what they're saying that you should be doing at this point.
Like we're
Okay, so we're
Like the
all
cleric
actually
has told us
going
that-
So
with-
Bjorn
parts.
says,
Yeah.
"Hey, do what you got to do. I'll meet you in Long Saddle in a couple days."
Okay, cool.
Wait a minute.
Well.
They say everybody's riding a horse then?
We could also do
The ones that were
now with
going.
our community
Okay.
friends.
Are you?
You're-
I can't go with that.
well, Bjorn would prefer if you stayed with him anyway.
Okay.
Are you good with that?
Yes.
And then y'all will follow into Long Saddle.
Yeah, that's fine.
Wait, so you're staying with the group?
Who wants to go and who wants to stay?
I want to go.
Go.
I don't think I have a choice
I
now.
can't go.
Go.
You can't.
Joe's-
Yeah, I'd rather stay.
Do I stay
No,
or
yeah, I
do
think
I
I
go
would.
now? You can
Going
stay or
forward.
going.
Go on.
You want to go? You want to stay? One of us has to stay. One of us has to go because we still
Yeah,
have
we
those
have
communicators.
communicator stones.
Okay.
So
Sending
if
zones.
you want to go, then I can stay. He said, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want
Yeah,
to go, I'll stay.
I'll go. She'll stay.
Okay.
I'll stay back.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay. Very good. So we got half and half.
So you're going.
Give or take.
Yes, I'm going.
Okay.
Okay.
You're staying, right? With your brother?
Yeah,
Go,
that's perfectly
go,
50-50.
Wow, yeah.
Nice.
So you're staying too?
Those of you that
I'm
stay,
going.
we
Well,
will.
And obviously
She
she's
has to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to go. She's sick.
So I'm going to do this in bits and pieces.
Okay.
just don't touch it.
I don't think I have to convince you
Before
not
we
to
do
touch
anything
it.
else, I'd like to use my
Actually-
my rod to get back.
Let me
Do
just
I
get a little
use the?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Actually,
Um.
Can I have her on the back of my horse and sort of like inspect the moss growing, see if I can see anything about it?
Fungus.
What is
Fog-
the name
fungus,
of
whatever
the
it is.
Longhorn?
Absolutely.
Like, what kind of check would that be to try to figure out what it
Says
is? Like if I can
you.
identify anything about it.
That's true.
Okay, nature, medicine, whatever you think you're the most proficient in, I will let you do that.
Probably nature.
I love
Okay.
the character. You were just sassy.
That
The character.
is 11.
Okay, so other than what you already know, not much. So.
And while we're writing, just curiosity, detect magic, see if it's a magical fungus or not.
It is not magical in
Okay.
nature. Okay. For those that are staying, I need 2 rolls of. Sorry, let's do this. Let's start with Brian Stain. Okay, give me D100 or percentile dice. Oh, ooh, you got a hitch. Oh, I just got a hitch in my
23.
the first. Okay, actually, I need the tens dice rolled first. Roll the tens dice, please.
6.
Okay.
60.
Okay. And then roll again. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just.
So it's a D1000. That's what we're looking for, and I'm sort of cutting it down by saying which set of hundreds are you doing. So, what's the number?
That's the 0.
Okay, so 600 is what you're doing. Okay. Roll again. So basically, I want to know what section of 100s we're looking at, and we'll go.
20.
Okay. So go again, and then actual percentile. Yeah.
Both of them. 58.
Okay. So 258. Okay. Next is Sylv.
What am I rolling?
So just roll me a D10 and tell me what number it is, and then roll me a percentiles after that.
This one?
Yeah. And y'all could be doing the same that are staying, and get ready for that. Just
So 0.
okay. And then roll percentile.
Closest to you.
This one?
Yes.
Thank you. 75?
Okay. And do it again. D10 first.
8?
Okay.
11?
Okay.
Percent?
Next.
Who else stays?
That's 1,
Me.
2,
So
3.
it's a 9.
Okay.
And then you do a
Percentile.
percentile. So that's 81.
Okay.
And then a D10.
Uh-huh.
That's a 9.
Okay.
And then another percentile for it. That's cocked. 62.
All right. So what we have here is what is found other than stuff. Giants have been known to carry little giant baggies of little goodies and stuff that they have.
So once you guys get to town with us, I'll identify it.
Sylph.
Mhm.
No. Actually, yes. Wow. There is a wooden cylinder that you find that you know how it's coded. You know they turn and they got codes. Except all the numbers
Codex.
are 7.
So I have a decoder, but all the numbers are 7?
It's not a decoder.
Okay.
So a lot of times is you put the right number in the cylinder and the cylinder opens up and there's something inside.
Like the Da Vinci puzzle?
Sort of, yeah, but this is all the numbers on the dial.
Just 7.
All 7s.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh no, what's in it now?
The next thing is
We're gonna try each 7.
Damn biscuits.
So what was the code? So what was the code? 77.
Right.
It was 7, 7, 7, 7, 7,
7,
7,
7,
5.
7, 7. What if it's a can of 7-Up? No, I'm sorry.
Out, sir.
Yeah.
Gotta go.
I know.
you find the skeleton of a small bird
Hey!
with hands where the wings should be.
It's just a baby version of her.
Alright, we'll keep going here.
I'm keeping that.
Keeping the skeleton.
Weirdo.
Oh yeah.
You
I'm a warlock.
Maybe that'll
Yeah.
help you do some kind of medicine on her next.
I'm the one with like healing and stuff. And I'm down.
I have healing.
Alright,
You-
you find a rock.
Singular healing.
Rock.
Sorry, it's a rock.
Okay.
Amazing.
But
And they
one
were
of
rock
the
giants, and yes.
one of the guys that has a little bit of innate says, well, this is one of those things that actually stores sunlight, and every third day it glows at night.
Oh, that's cool.
Every third night.
Every third night, it's
Third,
alright.
third night, nightlight.
You know, flashlight, nightlight, every third night. I
Alright,
boned it till then, but you know.
what else we
Hey,
got
we
here?
really can't see. Sorry, it's night number 2.
Like, sorry, I did it last night. I can't control it.
She casts light on it.
Also, you find a partially burned branch from a tree,
Wow.
duskwood tree.
That was good.
That was, for some reason, I think they were probably using it to write with. To be honest with you.
Oh. How big is it?
Forearm size. Sounds good.
Let's say, whose score are we talking about?
We were talking about the giants that were.
Mine?
Small.
Sylph,
Yes.
no, actually, Brian, 2 links from a chain. 2 pieces. And Sylph finds an interesting flask,
I dig it. Okay.
and it has a bluish fluid inside, but when you smell it, it's actually smells like urine.
That's not
You won't
great.
drink it.
Blue piss.
You won't drink it.
You damn right I don't drink
You're not
it
here.
if I do.
I was gonna do that.
Fine,
Not
you can
drink it, dare.
That's what I say, you can drink it if you
No,
want.
I mean,
Peer pressure. Peer pressure.
If we were to divvy up what else was around, I give you, let's just say we divvied it up equally, yes?
yeah, absolutely.
Well, for those that are,
Well,
there,
well, okay.
including the, 1 platinum piece, 7 gold pieces, 15 silver, 38 copper.
You did that fast enough.
I do, I did.
One. Okay, I'm good with 1 platinum.
1 platinum, 7 gold, 15 silver, 38 copper.
13, 38. And I-
And are we gonna say that you held off your party's, other people's share?
Yes.
So you can add it to your stash.
Fifteen silver and how many
So,
silver?
1 platinum, 7 gold,
15 silver,
15,
38.
38.
and a rock that glows at night every third day.
Is it 100 or 1,000 gold to equal platinum? 10?
Yeah,
10 gold.
so it's like a denomination of, your money, $10 bill versus dollar bill. Okay, so, so you're able to, and the caravan did take actually some significant damage.
Thank you. You're welcome. It could have been more.
It's 65.
This fight was actually very hard and fast, very quick, even though it took some time.
I wish I had better roll on the initiative.
Or 30.
It would've been interesting, but,
It would
and so you're gonna be busy, once again, burying bodies, putting carts and stuff back together again, trying to salvage, you're getting really tired of horse meat, but that's what's fresh and available.
Well, got some wolf meat.
At this point in time,
It's kinda cold.
And we have fire.
Winter
Horse dirt.
I'll eat some Winterhold.
I'll eat some winter wolf.
You went, right?
Yeah. I'm gone. So it's,
So nobody else,
me
okay,
and
so,
two.
one of the, persons said, oh, I'm taking that pelt, and he cut the winter wolf pelt that's actually kind of pricey. So,
oh,
he's gonna,
who did that in? Who killed it?
I did.
He did.
Who did?
Yeah.
Okay.
everybody's taking care of the,
Yeah.
so some people are skinning the wolves and stuff along that line, but most of them are not. But these winter wolves are big and huge, and actually provides a little bit of resistance to the elements.
I wouldn't know that though.
But he tells you that's why I'm taking this. So, all right, so
Shing, shing.
and we'll say that y'all finished all that up, and once you healed up and everything else, everybody got back on the road and you're headed towards Long Saddle. How do I want to do this?
I would like to awkwardly tell Syl that just like on the way, just like you do realize that you could do a lot of damage with that crossbow if you just kind of stay towards the back instead of running off from us. It's not safe to run off. And that's it. And I'll just walk off.
Cool. I think I was just gonna give you the head nod. So.
Okay. That's it. Just awkward conversation.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, it looks like he had more than that he wanted to say,
Yeah.
but he didn't quite know
But
how
he
to say
walked
it.
out.
So yeah, that's so.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, so the ride to Long Saddle was uneventful, other than the fact that you literally got off the horse enough to use the bathroom, get a little bite to eat, and then back. Her situation is deteriorating. You get into Long Saddle, and it's this little dusty hole in the wall. I mean, it's just by the meandering little brook that goes between it. As soon as you basically run into town, everybody realizes that there's something wrong. They basically say, hey, you need to go to the Harples. This,
Notes.
just so we can stop it.
Right.
So, no, the Harples are the predominant one of the big families that are here. There are a bunch of magic users and stuff along that lines. And the cleric that resides here, this is way beyond their ability. Okay. You go up to the Harples, they basically bring them in, and it's like, wow, we don't know what exactly to do with all this. But they make you they open up their home to you, the people. Of course, ask inquiries and stuff along these lines about what's going on. And they start doing care on the Aarakocra, trying to find out what's going on. The main Harple that's there, a wizard, actually, when you first see him, he's got a bird on his shoulder, so he takes an interest in you, okay? In the time period that while you're waiting for them, the following party members to show up, things start happening that you start hearing things are happening. His familiar picks up this same fungus and literally dies within a matter of just the time you get there to like 18 hours later. His familiar is dead.
Who's familiar is?
Harple's
Oh, the Harple's familiar.
familiar is dead
I'm
with this same, it looks like malady. And so,
Familiars can be recycled.
and now they're reporting is there was like other birds in the area, like the chickens and stuff like that. So when you came in, you're like spreading this stuff everywhere.
You're bringing in the swine flu.
So they basically
Bird
says,
flu.
listen, we're gonna,
I forgot the bird flu.
How
was
did
a
you
thing.
miss that?
we've got to take care of this.
Quarantine.
So they go and take her into quarantine. I think we're gonna have to do some surgery.
Oh,
We're gonna have to amputate. I was scared you were gonna say that.
you're gonna have nubs like mine.
Oh my God, what's wrong with you?
My nubs grow though.
When you come to,
Yeah.
you're groggy.
Mhm.
You're feeling a little bit better, but something's wrong. Absolutely. And he is over there crying, and you don't know who he is, but he looks like a wizard type. He's got all the accoutrements that's around, and he's crying. He's like, "I'm sorry, I had to take them to save your life."
That's when I notice.
We'll see y'all in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You're a tinkerer. It's okay.
Robotic wings.
Yes, and they're gonna be better than the ones before. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, you put
I
bites
knew
on
it was
your
coming.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't wanna do. Baby, while we're I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars,